What up, what up, what up? I'm Jake.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to Secret Hideout, place we talk you can't bring to the dinner table.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. What's up, Zoe?
What up, guys?
All right, what episode is this?
This is 91.
91. We got a special guest today.
Hell yeah, we do.
My brother, Jim's cousin.
How you guys doing? Tony Gross here.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Tony, have you ever seen what's it called? Uncut Gems? The movie
What?
Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you
Okay,
gotta
you
see
should
it.
watch it. Like
It's
he,
you.
he plays you. Like if you would have got watch that movie and be like, oh man, I should have gotten into like the jewelry business.
And,
Oh, okay.
and sports gambling.
Yeah.
That's why
And
I
sports
asked you.
gambling.
That's why I asked you about sports gambling earlier.
So what do we talk about today, Jim?
Oh man, we hit it off with a little bit of an airsoft opening.
Yeah.
Talk about some Enzo and airsofting.
Yeah, some LARPing.
Yeah, we
Like
pop
it.
into sports right after that.
Talk some sports, a little bit of hockey
Yes,
and
sir.
everything like that. And then of course we jump into that pop culture. I
Yeah.
talk a little bit about Doctor Strange
Yep.
and how that's kind of like a ritual that we went through.
Yep. Zozo, what'd you talk about in pop? Some video game that.
Oh, the Cycle Frontier.
Yeah.
Cycle Frontier. You talk about the Daily Wire. You got the Daily Wire
Yeah, I'm pumped
subscription.
on that. Yeah.
So you talk a little bit about that. Then we dive into the Roe versus Wade.
Yep. Hit 'em with
Topic.
that. Yeah. Talk about that
Get a
stuff.
little nutty on that.
Yeah, Jake goes in. Stick around for that one. For sure.
And then we talk. Tony tells us how you get arrested. How do you get arrested at Cedar Point?
tells us about Snoopy jail.
How do you get in Snoopy
But
jail?
I had to get ending. Great ending.
At Cedar Point. And it's a fun episode, and I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah. Make sure you check it out on all those things like YouTube, Secret Hideout Podcast, and on TikTok. Make sure you share the TikToks we make of all the episodes, and Secret Hideout Podcast. Check it out.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go. Episode 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got family on board today. Family's here.
Yo.
We got
What
Tony,
up, Tony?
my brother Tony.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
For sure, brother.
The first timer.
Yeah. We
Breaking
got
my-
Zozo back there doing the research, doing the work.
What up, guys?
What up, man?
Getting into LARPing.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And
What is LARPing? What does that mean?
What is it? What does it
It
stand
means
for?
live action role playing.
Live action role playing.
So it's like, you know what that is, right? Like
LARP.
LARPing. Yeah, it's like,
Like when those people got those swords.
they
with
go in the
those foam
woods and they
swords,
dress
they
up
play
and shit. Yeah,
fantasy. Well, Enzo's into that, but with airsoft guns now.
I just started. Yeah, it was pretty badass, man. I went the first time this weekend. All the people there were like fully kitted out. Everyone gets really into it.
I don't get it though. How does airsoft how does that work? Like you
mean?
get shot once, you're done.
Yeah, so like
It's
if you
an honor
Honors-
thing.
Got me.
yeah, you
Got me.
usually,
You
How
gotta
does
do
it-
it. You gotta do
they
it.
flinch. Usually a person flinches when they get shot, and then it's like
Okay.
usually they just
'Cause
put
it
their
does
hand
sting.
up and then they walk.
I'm
back.
not gonna lie. Every video I've ever seen, like on like TikTok and shit, of like airsoft, it's always like someone bitching about something, and then somebody like unloading like automatic on somebody, and then a bunch of people bitching about shit.
Or is a sniper guy.
Yeah, there was a sniper. There the
Or a
other day.
sniper
Yeah.
guy.
He's
it's-
taking out everyone.
I just feel like there's a lot of bitching in it. Like,
Yeah, you didn't get me. It's like
Yeah.
when we played it's like when we played paintball in the house.
Pretty much, yeah.
We would do it more in the houses being built, me and Enzo, but we'd play and you'd have to be like, you got me. Because sometimes they wouldn't
Yeah.
break and shit. So
No.
it was like an honor
yeah,
system.
most of the time they didn't break on the
No.
body because they were like small little
Yeah.
paintballs.
Those were the best paintball guns, though.
They were.
Did you ever fuck
the little
with those?
baby, with the little ones, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, the ones we
Yeah.
I don't know who found those.
I did. I
You
think.
found those
Yeah.
at like Walmart.
Meyer.
Myers.
sure.
They were like, remember like the little paintballs that we
little
spit out
baby
of
ones,
the
yeah.
out of the blow.
But they're
guns that
even
we had?
smaller for the BB guns or the
No,
the
they
airsoft.
were that size, like the small paintballs. But
you, like,
Jim
cock the
found
gun
Jim
back and
found
shot
these
it.
these paintball guns at Myers when we were in high school, and it you put like a tube. It came with like a clear tube, and you fill the tube up, and then you load it on the top, and you would pump it once, like cock it, and it was kind of like a Nerf gun, but it shot a paintball.
Oh,
But it shot
awesome.
it pretty fast. and we would have these paintball wars. One time we were at our house, and it was a bunch of us, and we started having a war inside the house.
Yeah.
And before Mom got home
Right on.
In
from
the
school,
basement.
and like Mom got home, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And there's fucking paintballs everywhere, dude.
It was
Like,
reckless.
It
We
was
just
so stupid.
blocking
They're
them
still
with
there. You
pillows
can
and
still
shit.
find paintball marks at the house.
Damn.
Like they're
Yeah.
harder to find now.
You were
but
over there.
I
weren't
was
you?
there when we did that, yeah.
We got in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Like we got in like
We
legit
cleaned
trouble.
up pretty good though too.
Yeah.
Like from the time she pulled in the
Did
driveway,
your
we
dad
locked the doors.
Did your dad eventually come home?
Well, yeah, but I think we got a lot of it.
Yeah,
We like scrambled to
dude. Remember when?
locked her out.
Who was it? Me and Josh shot your house up.
It was you, Dan, and I think maybe Josh. I was thinking about this the other day, and like
Didn't
you guys
someone's
were.
parent get involved?
Yeah, Don walked into
Okay.
the road, bro. He got lucky that you guys didn't slide on the ice. You guys would have took him out, and you guys slammed on the brakes. I remember.
Were you? Did you see us? Were you in the house?
I was in the
watching?
house, yeah, and he was like working on something outside, and you guys did a drive-by paintballing in front of the garage, and he like freaked out. And
What
I
were
forget
you
what
guys
happened.
shooting? Enzo?
No, the garage. Like
You
in
guys were,
front of the
were
house.
marking up his garage.
Yeah.
No, it was the
brick
front of the
wall,
house.
like the front of the house.
His garage is on the side. You know, like it's like
Okay.
my house.
Yeah.
And we were shooting his front of the house, which is actually kind of worse because it's like gets in all the cracks and stuff.
Yeah. So they were doing a little drive-by. And
But what did that have to do with Enzo though?
Well, we were
No,
Like
just-
they
that
were
was like
just-
an attack on
yeah.
his parents.
no,
No, they were just driving by.
there wasn't
Yeah.
like a malicious. It wasn't
No.
malicious. We were just
fucking around.
yeah.
But how did Don know that's what
He was like outside on
Did
a
you guys
ladder.
hit it? So you guys shot. You guys did shoot it.
They hit the house like 3
That's
times.
when Don came out.
No,
Yeah.
Don was outside on a ladder against the house, and I think they shot it when he was outside, or he was like cleaning up outside or something.
You guys, you shot Don.
No, I don't think that. I don't think
Not
Don
malicious, my ass.
No,
I don't think Don was outside.
he wasn't outside.
No, he came outside, and we were doing a roundabout in the cul-de-sac,
Yeah.
and he came out to the car, and he was like fucking pissed. And I was hiding underneath.
Oh yeah.
I was hiding underneath in the back. I was like, oh fuck, don't let him see me.
Who was it? Just you and Josh?
And
Me,
Dan was driving. Yeah.
Well, I feel like it was an Explorer, but it wasn't an Explorer.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was
It
hiding in the
middle of
back
winter.
seat. Maybe it was his Mustang. I don't know.
But he got so pissed off. It was like, come on, it's not that big of a deal.
So, you went out and you airsoft for the first time. How was it?
It was cool, man.
Were you good at it?
The first round, I like didn't know what the fuck was going on because it was just like a small map, and there was like probably 20 people, and it was like half of us were on one side, half of us were on the other, and there were containers, and we were kind of like going in between, and it was like every time you would peek a corner, you would just get like smoked. So I
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on. But then the next round, we played where it was like, okay, there's this hill, and then there's this road that kind of goes around the hill. Well, half of the people got on the hill, and then half of the people were on the road. It was like zombies. And so on top of the hill, there were all these like barriers and things that you could hide behind for cover. And they were like, all right, when I say go, the people that are on the road, which was like probably 100 yards from the hill, you're going to rush to the top of the hill and try and kill all those guys.
Okay.
And then the people on the hill were defending. And it was like whenever you would die, then you would go down to the road and become a zombie. And it
Oh,
was
so
like,
you got to keep playing?
yeah, you got to keep playing. So some
Okay.
modes, like when you get killed, then you're out until
That's
you do a
pretty
respawn,
Yeah.
and then other ones you just.
Was there anybody there that like was like too good?
Yeah, there was one guy who had like a fucking light machine gun. It was like this big ass gun. You know those ones where the shells or the actual bullets like feed into it?
Yeah.
On like a rope. He had one of those.
Okay.
And he was just standing in the back and just.
Like a minigun.
Yeah, it was like a minigun, and
Yeah.
he was just shooting everyone full auto.
I always find airsoft guns, random airsoft guns at my parents' house.
That's because of me.
Yeah.
That was because of me.
well, hold on. Let me re-say that. Damien finds random airsoft guns. The other day he came out with all these Nerf guns, and I was like, all right, like there's a bunch of Nerf guns. And then he went to that closet in the living room and he pulls out this Uzi.
You're like,
And
holy
he's
shit!
like, he's like, what is this? And I was like, oh shit, yeah. And I grabbed it. It's a fucking like heavy ass fucking like Uzi
That's
or like AK. It was like an AK
yeah.
with a banana clip in it, fucking loaded.
Felt heavy. Didn't
It wasn't. It didn't work though.
No, it
was
fucking
the-
works.
It was the one that it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Oh man.
I went out and I
well,
shot it.
Maya, when she was like 4, she actually shot herself But it was a cheaper one though. And it was a good thing that she shot herself with an airsoft, but
Yeah.
Okay.
but she never touched it again.
Timestamp that. I'm just fucking around. That's cool though.
Yeah, no. So I put that up though.
I mean, we played with I played with guns since I was little. I mean, I always had the most realistic guns too. I would make the guns more realistic. I would paint the tips of them and
Yeah.
whatever we could do to
Yeah.
make them look more. We'd add how did we do the silencers?
Nerf arrows,
Nerf arrows.
Oh,
like the Nerf
Yeah.
bullets,
And you wrap them in
electric tape.
electric tape. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a shit.
I had a suitcase. with multiple guns, and it was like my special edition Nerf gun. I had it all set up. I don't know if you remember that suitcase.
I kind of do.
Yeah, it was my baby.
Yeah, there's like a lot of Nerf guns and air guns now at my parents' house probably because of Gabe, right? You're gonna send them a Gabe or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But those things are intense. Like he's had some really intense ones there.
Oh, I had
you
a
know?
great. I had a great one. A great Nerf fight with my son. I went on Craigslist and I bought like $250 worth of Nerf guns. It was like 2 bins full, and then I went to Amazon, bought like $100 worth of ammo. You get like 2,000 rounds for that amount, and we got a hotel room, and we went from how hotel rooms they have the beds separated, and we were just blasting off at each other. So that was a lot of fun. He was like 6'7" at the time.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, the Nerf
Yeah.
guns are intense too. The
For
fucking
sure.
airsoft guns and the Nerf guns are both intense.
I was wondering if I could buy Damien Nerf guns.
for sure. But
Right?
Yeah.
well, it's kind of hard
Yeah.
for him to pull the lever still a little bit
Yeah, but he could handle
He's
that.
getting better at
Yeah.
it though, now. So, but yeah, before that was
because they have a little
an
spring.
issue.
They're spring loaded.
Yeah, I found that fucking that AK thing though was
So-
fucking sick though.
Yeah, so it did work.
Yeah, it was just it was
It
was
had power.
unplugged. Like when he grabbed it, he couldn't
Yeah.
shoot it.
Okay.
But it was it was like,
You had
oh
to charge
shit.
it and
He
stuff.
like comes out of the closet and he's got this big fucking gun. And he's
Yeah.
like, I want to play with this.
And they they feel heavy too. That's the
So-
thing,
yeah.
They feel real.
Yeah,
No,
it
they
was
do.
heavy.
They're weighted.
But that's cool, man. That's another thing I see in the videos though. Is I always see like people that are like way too good, and they're going around and they're like smoking people that like look like it looks like the majority of people there. It's like their first time there.
Yeah.
And it's some guy that's like sliding under things and like shooting people while he's sliding
Oh, yeah.
and stuff and like throwing grenades and shit. And everyone's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm just here to have some fun. Like,
Is
Dude.
it expensive?
It's $30 to rent, and then I think it's like 20 or 30 for like half of a day. So we got there at like 8 a.m. and then we did like 5 or 6 games until about 2 p.m.
Who's making the money on this?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you paying? Is it like for the property?
So $30.
Yeah,
for
the
rental,
property is like
20.
100 acres, and then so it's
Wow.
probably like $30 for the day, and then you can rent equipment and stuff.
how
And then they have
long?
a pro
How
shop.
many games do you
It
get
was
to
like
play?
4 or 5 games, maybe 6 games. I don't know, something like that, from 8 a.m. until around
Oh, it's
2.
timed. It's from 8 to 2.
That's
Well,
not
they
bad.
do like
That's
half a
cheaper
day.
than
You can
paintball.
pay. When you pay, you get access to, I think, the whole day. But what they do is they have like from 8 until 2, they do just like one game after another. You go out there, you come back, and then everyone gets under these like canopies and they like work on their kit. And then at like 1 o'clock, everyone eats lunch. And then they go back out there from like 2 until I don't know what time, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it's just you just do a couple rounds like that. It's pretty cool.
You should
make it-
become one of those guys that like you like get fully camouflaged.
I'm
Like that's what you need to spend your gear in, your money on is like camouflage gear, like shit where you blend in.
Yeah, like there were
And it'd
guys
be
that
helpful.
had helmets and comms on, like actual military helmets with like headsets.
Yeah.
And they were communicating to each other out there, dude. It
Oh,
was,
you're
it was
allowed to
awesome.
I
do
feel like
that.
those are
Yeah.
gonna be. I feel like those are gonna be the guys that go
Wow.
first when the apocalypse hit.
Yeah, or they go last.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get
No, because you expect them to go last. Like you're like, oh,
He's been training
They're
for this.
training for this, and then like they're gonna be the ones that go first.
Yeah,
You
that's true.
know?
Yeah.
You're gonna have people out there with drones, like shooting the little airsoft.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fun though, man. Like it would be
Yeah,
cool
I
to get
mean,
a group together to just go.
Would there be a rule of that if you design like a drone
That can
like a
shoot
dr-
airsoft? Because they could.
Can you do drone strikes?
I don't know. That would be sick.
That would
Someone
be
did throw
sick.
a grenade,
Insane.
and the grenade was
Tony
like a
invent it,
flashbang.
man.
Yeah. Right.
Get in on that.
It was a real flashbang?
It was like made
Yeah,
this
you
like
haven't seen
bright
those?
flash, but there was no concussive.
But they make grenades
Yeah.
too. They make actual fucking
Yeah.
pellet grenades.
Really?
That
Does it
find a
hurt?
video of that.
Or
So-
is it light?
The one that I saw, the guy threw it, and it was like a bright flash, but there was no like concussive force. And then the ref goes, "Grenade, no kills," in like the middle of the match, and then we just kept going. It was kind of
Because-
like dodgeball.
Dog, this
Because they
sounds so
make
gay.
they make ones that spit bullets.
I guess it's a circumference. It's a
Wait,
radius.
what are these people
that
like?
It's based on a
Yeah, I
radius.
don't know how that works.
What are these
And if
people
you're
like
within
that
that
go to
radius.
this?
So I don't know, man. Like
They're fucking nerds, bro.
some of them were
Like,
nerds, but
I don't
like,
care.
Yeah,
It's
some
fine.
of them were nerds, but the majority of them just. I don't know.
in
I
good
asked like
shape?
5 guys.
In
Yeah, a
good
lot
shape?
of them were,
Yeah?
dude. I asked like 5
Military
guys.
guys?
I was like, "Do you play Escape from Tarkov?" They were like, "Fuck yeah!" Literally, almost everyone that I talked to. They're
Fucking
it's like
nerds,
that kind of person. Yeah.
They are nerds.
I don't know.
They
I
are nerds. My
I don't know.
my
I've never
fiance's ex plays
Airsoft.
airsoft in Costa Rica. Yeah.
And
Okay.
paintball? Did you paintball?
Well, you know-
No,
too?
he does.
Travis got into airsoft like real early before
Yeah.
airsoft was like popping.
Travis wanted to be a FBI.
He wanted to be
agent.
FBI agent. That's why he got the airsoft, and we would play in our backyard.
Yeah.
We
gotta go,
would
you
get
guys.
Glocks and fucking.
I'd be into it. I know I'd be into it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fun, man. Like I'm not gonna say it's not fun. That's the grenade. You see the grenade?
Hold on, let me pull this up real quick.
So it must be because it doesn't really shoot fast. It's a circumference.
That's slow
it creates,
motion.
It creates its
The
area.
gun-
So what? A ref would be there to see if it hits.
There's a ref there. There's like someone there who's kind of like, yeah, I guess reffing, and then they have different game modes and different maps and
It's like
stuff.
a 10-foot radius.
They have CQB maps where you're like,
Wow.
I think they're like, all right, you're going into this house, you know what I mean, and the other team's like in the house and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was only my first time going, but I mean the guns are sweet, dude. They shoot at like 400 feet per second, so it's like, and they're kind of heavy and they feel legit. So it's like when you're shooting them, it's not obviously exactly, but it's just fun, man. You just feel like, all right, this is badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. I'm glad you got a new hobby.
Yep.
I got into Star Wars.
You got into what?
Star Wars on VR.
Really?
Yeah,
What's
I
that
did.
like?
I had I got the Oculus and
I've never played it. Never
Oh my
done
God,
VR,
it was
bro.
it was so fun.
Never.
I ruined my Oculus though. I left it on the table without a cover on it, and the sun came out, and it went because the lens. It has a magnified lens, and it burned a hole through the LCD. So it completely ruined it. It started actually like a little fire inside of it. So
Ah, damn.
Okay.
yeah, $500 down the hole.
You like that shit though? The VR.
I did. I loved it. It's almost as good as the. Real
What is
thing.
the Star Wars game?
Um,
Are you just like a Jedi?
you are. You're. I don't know who.
Is
you
this
are.
it? Is that it?
No, that's not the one. It might have been. I didn't make it that far.
Is it cool though?
Oh, it was awesome. I got to the first level, so the first like maybe 20 minutes of it.
See that guy? He's like,
So-
waving
Yeah, I
his
want to
hand
try
around.
this, man. I've
It's-
never done
awesome,
VR.
yeah.
Have you, Jim?
I'll get a
No.
new one and let you.
It's that
use it.
metaverse, dude. This is the future of the metaverse. Is
Oh,
gonna be
for
like
sure.
this.
I wouldn't be as apprehensive to do this
You have to get used to it though.
about 2
get
years
sick.
ago, but now I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get down that road.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to.
Yeah, I want
to
to try it though.
You can
I
have a
wouldn't buy
20 by
one.
20 foot area. You know what I mean? This room.
People
is not
are
big
on.
enough.
People are on the tracks, just like in fucking Ready Player One.
Yeah,
Like
On
I
the
see
tracks,
that.
what do you mean?
Like
They have all
they got
those.
like a thing where it's like a
omnidirectional
circle.
pad.
Yeah, it's like a
Look it
circle, and you run,
Omnidirectional.
and you're hooked to something, and you actually fucking run on it and
Treadmill?
shit.
Yeah, wow.
And it turns, like your body turns. It's just like fucking Ready Player One.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you see that shit's real, bro.
Yeah. Ready Player One. is-
Predictive programming.
Yeah.
VR game from the
Absolutely.
90s.
Yeah.
Alex Jones said they had a fucking patents. The U.S. government or someone had patents on VR back to the 50s, dude.
What? Really?
Yeah. So what does that mean? Like, What if they had?
They did have that
Well,
Game
yeah,
Boy
bro.
VR. Remember that back in the day?
Military.
It was like a red.
No, that was Sega Saturn.
No,
It was Game. But Sega Saturn had.
Did they have a VR too?
Yeah, because we had it. We had some just bullshit VR thing at our house that was
Okay.
red, and I think it caused like seizures and shit.
I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised.
that thing, dude? That guy's on?
Yeah,
That's the omnidirectional. Hold on.
Yeah.
Leave that up for a second. Pull it back. Oh, it's still gone. Cool. Yeah. That's good.
yeah. So you can run on that shit and stuff, and like
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can't play it outside though. That
There's the
sun doesn't
best.
work.
It is kind of cool.
well, you're not supposed to go outside. Like,
It won't. It won't. It's not trackable.
it's
See,
supposed
I would be fucked though with this shit. If I got into, that's why like I can't get into gaming. 'Cause,
I don't like
I would
this.
go all in on
Yeah,
it.
this
Like,
creeps
look
me
at
out.
this. Like this, I was like, oh, let's do a podcast. And so
yeah,
when
you'd be
you
like,
know-
I have to get the best
Yeah.
omnidirectional.
exactly. So you guys are talking for 14 people on,
What do you
the
play? those-
setup that fucking Joe Rogan uses. Like,
Do you play those shooter games like Pug?
I
PUBG or
can't
something
hear
like
you.
that?
PUBG.
Hear
You got talking to Mike.
PUBG. Yeah, my friend Adam Munzing, he got like third in USA
In PUBG?
in PUBG.
You
Yeah.
name drop.
PUBG's a cool game.
Yeah.
that's all right.
All right.
He didn't say like he was.
I
like,
play a couple games that are
Racist.
similar to it, like Battle Royale and stuff.
Yeah.
Jim plays
Just making
Apex and Call of Duty sometimes
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
but like casual as fuck. I play video games very casually.
Okay.
Like I don't immerse into them. I don't do them for stories or anything like that anymore. It's literally strictly like playing pool with your friend. Like that's how I consider it. It's like I don't know. I can't get into it. If I get into it, then I'm gonna just be stuck into it.
I'd rather be outside.
Yeah, I would too. I mean,
They ain't bad for winter though.
No.
no, it's great.
And I like honestly, dude. I love playing like my Game Boy outside though, like around the bonfire. We
You love games.
We'll do bonfires. I don't love games, but
I do.
yeah.
I'm big into it. Obviously, you guys can tell I'm a fucking nerd.
But me and in the summer, me
always
and
been the
also
case.
play
Play-
our games.
Do you
out.
play games on your phone?
Not really, no.
No, never.
no.
Yeah,
That's
never.
That's another thing. That's
PC.
another level.
Yeah.
I don't like games on a phone.
I don't-
You have to dump a bunch of money. They're like, oh, add
Yeah,
this,
3,
and
5
then you
minutes.
got ads left and right.
Yeah.
It ruins it.
Let's real quick. Let's jump into sports for a hot second.
Oh, there you go. Snapshot. Bingo. Right in the back of the net. Number 17 really peeved off, wasn't he?
So Avalanche won, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
They won the cup.
Yeah, they deserved it, man.
They did. They deserved it. They were hungry. They
I didn't
wanted it.
watch the game. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I bet on it, but
Yeah.
that's why nothing happened. But you ever do that sports betting, Tony? I feel like you
Never.
get
Never.
no.
No.
There's a weird little hustle to it.
I'm not into that.
There's a weird little. You can just bet on.
Have you done it?
Yeah,
Have you won?
yeah.
What was the most you won?
Have you lost?
No, not yet.
He's like, no.
I mean, I don't know. I was up like a G after the Super Bowl, so
It's good.
yeah. Like on nothing on free bets. They give you free bets. Like they just
Yeah.
give them to you. You just got to figure out how to do them and use them right.
Yeah.
And not and
You're gonna
not
have to talk to God about those free bets.
and not get addicted
Bro.
to it. Sure, it's like crypto. I mean, crypto's the same thing. I mean, could you attest to that? It's just
Yeah.
a volatile
Not good
money
right now.
scheme.
Yeah, I know.
So did you guys? Dan sent me that they. I didn't because I didn't see this, but they dented the cup.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they during the ceremony, like when they were taking the group picture, right? Like the big group picture, not that one, but like the big group one where the cup's like in the middle. Someone was skating over with the cup and they like fell,
Oh.
and it hits the ice, and you could see the dent
Oh my gosh.
that they put in it. And people in the comments were saying
Look
that.
at everyone. They're all like, no.
Yeah, find the video. Are you looking for the video?
Oh, here's
Yeah.
the pic-
Is it
okay.
So-
replaced?
So, well, yeah, they so it's made
Or
of
is it
rings.
fixed?
Okay, well here, hold on,
That's
check it
the
out.
thing,
So
yeah.
people in the comments were saying that there's like 3 cups and that like they don't use the real one. They're like, "What? You think they actually use the real one for the celebration?"
Why
like,
wouldn't they?
and I'm like, I'm thinking like, yeah, why wouldn't they? Like,
It's
if,
like
if there was
tradition, you know?
any moment where it should be the real fucking cup, it should be that moment, you know. But the cup is the Stanley Cup is made of rings, okay, and they put the name of the team that wins it the name, and then they put all the people that were on that team on it. Every time it's won, right? Since like the beginning, and so it's made up of these rings, and on each ring is the teams that won it, and everybody on that team.
So it's the same then.
So, but what they do is they take off rings, right, and they put them in like a museum.
Okay.
They flatten them out and they put them in the museum when they run out of room on a ring, and then they put a new ring on it. You know what I'm saying? And it started off as just the cup, like just the cup portion, like that's how it started, and then it started growing and growing and growing. You actually, if you look up like look up Stanley Cup progression. There's like a period where it was like this tower. It's really goofy looking. It's like this really long just tower with the cup on top. Yeah, there it is right there. You see? Hold on. It disappeared. Right there.
Oh, that one right there, the tall one?
Yeah. So that's like the progression
so
of
it's
it.
become big, and
It's grown,
it's
yeah.
grown with the girth, too.
With girth, too.
That
They
is correct.
found out girth
Yeah.
matters.
Girth matters when it comes to Stanley
Yeah,
Cup.
see, before in like what was that, the 1930s
Oh my
to the
God.
1940s, they thought length mattered, and then they figured out no, it's
no,
girth.
it's actually girth
Yeah.
that does the job. Yeah,
How's that making you feel, Enzo?
better.
I've actually seen a lot of things on TikTok about penis size and shit,
Yeah.
making me feel a lot better.
Good.
All right,
That's what they're there for.
yeah, making me feel a lot better.
There's a video of the.
So we're talking
cup
about
denting,
penis and
too.
Stanley Cup now?
Yeah, I put
Well, yeah, I mean
It's a phallic symbol.
That's why. It's
But yeah, did you play that cup fall?
Yeah, it's
yeah. Did you see it,
happening right
Tony,
now.
right there?
Yeah, I
I've
seen
been
that.
playing it.
I
You
watched
could
it.
see the dent on it on the side, too. It, like fucked it up. I hope that's the real. I hope those people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I hope that's the real thing.
Well, they can dent it out. It's very
Yeah, I'm just
simple.
saying. Like, I hope they don't. They're not like, oh, this is like, it's not like. I hope they don't use clones for the Stanley Cup.
I think
Maybe
that-
for like.
I think they do, and
Why
I think I've
would they,
seen
though?
multiples.
Well, no, that's fine for like crowd visiting and stuff like that. But I'm saying for like this.
for it's passed
For when it's
down
fucking won.
to because the team shares it, don't they? They take turns having
Yeah.
it each.
I think they
individual
should get the
throughout
real
year.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Does
I
it
would
matter,
want the
though?
real one. Yeah,
What's
it
that?
does. I would want to drink out of it. The
Yeah.
real one.
Yeah,
the
I want the
that
one.
was
I
originally
want the
made.
one that Eiserman drank out of. You
Exactly.
know,
I'm gonna
fucking Gretzky
exactly.
drank out of.
Exactly.
I don't want I want his germs on it.
Well, you're never going to.
Yeah, they probably,
Never.
they probably clean that shit.
I think that there's like 3 of them, and I think that they probably just interchange them. And they leave the one at the
The
Hockey Hall,
museum.
Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto.
We got to skate with them. Remember Royal Oak Ice Arena? That's where they practiced when we were younger.
Oak Park.
Oak Park.
Yeah.
Park. Yep. And then sometimes they were out there.
they'd be
they
out
were
there.
ending.
Yep, I do
You know.
remember that. That's where we got all of our
Dino
jerseys
Cicerelli.
signed.
He was the coolest out of all of them.
That's where we got our
skated
jerseys.
out
I
there.
ran into him
Dino?
recently.
Yeah, Dino. I went to a party. Man, that was crazy. I don't want to.
Yeah, just
Like,
leave it at that.
we're gonna leave
Yeah.
it at that.
Wait, you partied with Dino Cicerelli?
No, it was his daughter. His daughter had a birthday, and he was dating she was dating one of my friends. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at
Leave it
that.
at that.
Yeah, that's a good spot. My dad pulled over
like
Dino
that.
Cicerelli.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you let him go or?
Yeah, let him go, and he gave him. He just gave him like some hockey cards.
Okay.
Like
Your
some
dad
Dino
gave
Cicer-
him
No, Dino Cicerelli gave him some hockey.
Probably has him on.
Here you go.
Got him
He
on
thought he
hand
was
for
going to
that
give him like
purpose.
an autograph or something. I remember because I was young still. I was young enough. Well, obviously because
Yeah.
he was still playing for the Wings, and he like had a Lambo or some shit in Sterling Heights.
Does he still own that bar at 22 in Shaner?
No,
No?
I
That's
don't
not-
think
that's
so.
not him anymore?
I don't know,
I'm pretty
actually.
sure.
What
he
was
does.
that bar called?
Cicerelli's.
Cicerelli's,
Yeah.
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 My sister just ran into Malpe
Yeah, she told me. Yeah, she
at
texted me.
fucking the
said, "You get
grocery
the-
store.
I said, you get them digits?
That's what I said, dude. I was like, dude, did he have a ring on?
Yeah.
Like, hit him up. And my sister's loved Malpe like forever. Has
Yeah.
loved Kirk Malpe forever.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna text me like a half hour later, like I'm at his house.
Yeah. I did too. I did
Doesn't
too.
know.
It's like, leave him alone now. Leave him alone.
So yeah, that's sports.
That's it for sports.
I mean, that's it for sports
Yeah.
in general, right? For a while now, right? There's nothing going on, is there?
Just waiting on the new coach.
That we give a fuck about,
Yeah.
other
Just
than
waiting for Fedorov
Do we have a
to
soccer
be-
team?
for the draft.
Do we have a soccer team here in Detroit?
That's
Yeah,
what I was
Jim-
just telling
Jim-
you about.
yeah,
Was that a
Jim went to
setup?
one.
Did you just set that up?
What?
We already
Was that a pro ass setup?
What?
We were talking about it before, and I was like, "Don't talk about it." But if that was him interjecting, yeah, it was nice. Yeah, DCFC.
Detroit City
Yeah,
FC.
sure.
Really?
Yeah, that's the event. You should go to it. Tony, you would like it.
You would love it. I was telling him before.
They're, like, rowdy and shit.
I stayed in Costa Rica. My fiance lives in Costa Rica, and they had the World Cup. Where was the World Cup at?
Qatar?
Yeah, it was with Costa Rica.
They were in it.
Was it who was playing? Was it Costa Rica playing or no?
I don't know, man.
Well, anyways,
Yeah.
the president over there in Costa Rica gave everybody 2 days before the event, gave everybody an hour paid lunch extra. So wouldn't that be cool if Biden
For
did
what?
that for us? You know what I mean? Oh,
the World
the Red
Cup's-
Wings are their playoff. You're gonna get an hour lunch.
But wait,
extra.
what was the hour lunch for?
It was just because
do
of the-
what?
it
To
was
watch soccer.
to watch soccer. It's so big there that
To watch the World Cup.
to watch the World Cup.
So the day of the World Cup, they got an hour lunch.
Yeah, and 2 days
Okay.
before they were notified. All these
Yeah.
businesses had to give an
Oh,
hour
the final,
extra.
Yeah. The World
Yeah.
Cup's
Yep.
going to be happening this November, actually.
Yeah, they just had to go get their shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something like our president would do. Like,
Yeah, like, go get your
hey,
shot.
don't worry about the inflation.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry about the gas prices. Hey, the Stanley Cup playoffs today. You all get an hour lunch
If you get a shot too.
if you get a shot.
if you get
Yeah,
a vaccine.
that would be the play. I'm sure there's some stipulations to all that shit.
Yeah.
Whenever there's
but that is interesting.
whenever
though,
there's a
that they-
given, there's
Yeah.
something they're taking too.
So soccer's crazy. Is soccer crazy? down
Crazy,
there,
yeah,
then?
yeah, and the vaccine over there, it's crazy over there as well. It's
Yeah.
about wearing mask.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you couldn't go to the movie theater without showing that you had your vaccine. We had to have an actual card when I went to see Coldplay in San Jose out there. You had to show a card that you got your vaccine. It had to be that physical
That was
card.
probably by Live Nation, to be honest.
Yeah, you saw Coldplay out down there?
I seen Coldplay out there. It was awesome. Cheap tickets. It was $75 tickets. Were right up front. They do such a beautiful light show. Amazing. I think I cried a couple times.
Did you take
Yeah.
any psychedelics or anything?
No, I didn't
No.
take any.
Just
any
just off life.
off
Just
life.
high off
For
Coldplay.
sure.
What is the drug life down there? Like, is it like, are drugs legal at all, or are they
Prostitution's
more-
legal there.
Prostitution's legal.
Yeah, I didn't get into that. It wasn't me, but my my fiance's
Someone you know.
neighbors. They were into porn. Jerk mates, something like that. So,
I can't look this
Check
one
it
up,
out.
man.
The
Sorry.
link's
yeah, I
below.
can't look it up.
but,
As
but
it pulled
if you were single, that's where you should go because, like I said, prostitution's legal there. For $30,000 in coins, it's like $50. You can take a girl out for the whole night. So, if you're single, and if you're old, it's great to go out there. If you're old and
Now,
single,
what is it like though? Is it like a union though, or is it like do you got to worry about getting robbed, or
I
is
have,
it like
I have no idea.
Is it like the
like
business?
I said, I don't know. I just know
Yeah.
it's legal there. So
You mean the country, or what are you asking them?
No, I'm just saying like
prostitution.
like
It's-
is
it's- it is like it's
professional?
unionized.
Is it like
no?
really
It is
professional?
unionized.
Okay.
If you're doing it, so I did read that they had to take tests, and you get like a little card that says yes, I'm a prostitute and I'm checked all the
Okay.
time.
That's a good
So
title, right?
I don't have no diseases.
Yeah.
So
But in order to get the prostitute, you have to have your shot.
Yeah, you have to have your vaccine.
you have to have your shots for sure,
Yeah.
and wear a mask.
Otherwise,
too.
you can't go
So
to them.
is it really a good? Like what are you giving up for?
Yeah.
What is Costa Rica run by? What is it? Is it a president?
It is a president.
Yeah.
Yep.
Republic,
They just
yeah.
had their election, so I don't know if it's a 4-year run, whatnot. So I didn't get that far. I was there for 7 months though, and I didn't pick up the language. But have you guys ever seen what is it called? Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so did you see the part? I'm a fan of riding mini bikes around neighborhoods. I've always been, and I love
Yeah,
that.
I grew up doing that.
And she had my fiance has
The
a little
pimp.
moped, and we ended up taking the moped. It's a little thing, goes like 40, 50 miles an hour max, and we ended up taking it to Arenal Volcano, which was like 4 hours away. We had to drive this little moped throughout the mountains, up and down mountains that were 5,000 feet high to get to this volcano.
Yeah.
So
So you're on one of those little bikes?
oh yeah.
Is driving crazy there though?
Oh, it scared me for the first 3 months I was there. I didn't even touch it.
Why is it? Because is everyone just reckless or like
they're
aggressive?
aggressive. Yeah, it's a newer nation. It you could see it in their driving habits because it's newer. People are just starting to afford cars out there.
Yeah. So they want to go fast and shit.
They're aggressive. They all drive like teenagers.
They say like
Okay.
lights are a suggestion, kind of like it's like a red light. It's
Yeah.
just like we're gonna go through.
Right.
Stop sign.
The
Yep.
stop
That's
sign.
crazy.
Yeah.
A yield sign,
Like it
more
is
or
in
less.
Detroit.
Yeah. In Detroit, you just.
I've always heard that. Yeah, I know.
It depends on like if you're on like the east side,
Okay.
the deep east side or deep west side, where it's not like. See, Detroit's fucked because Detroit's good in the middle, really bad on the outsides. So they should just like break that shit up.
Yeah. I mean, that's how every city is, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
always the outer.
Yeah, some of them are just bigger middles. Is all it is. Like Chicago has a bigger middle that's nice,
Yeah.
and the outsides are just shitty.
Let's jump into some pop culture.
Pop it, baby.
What's some pop culture?
Just to talk about, like, I'm gonna talk about. I watched the new Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, a lot of satanic
What
messaging
about
in that.
Butthead? Beavis.
Haven't watched
No.
that yet.
Oh my god.
Oh, hold on.
love that.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, I watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Oh yeah, bro.
I
Like,
know, I've heard.
oh
I've
yeah.
seen
And it's
videos.
like I told Melissa, I was like, I'm pretty sure. Like we got done watching, and I was like, I'm pretty sure we just participated in a satanic ritual when watching this movie. I was like, we gave something power.
Before-
like we definitely gave something power. But it's tricky because that's
Here,
what
hold
these
on one second,
characters.
though. Don't go into it because I
Okay.
have a story about Doctor Strange, and I saw this guy at Riverside, and
Okay.
he was had a petition signing for like abortion shit. Like it was like, I don't know, to make abortion legal or something like that. It's
Yeah.
this black kid, young black
Yikes.
kid.
Which it is.
And I was like, oh, I was like, I'm not into that shit. And he's like, yeah. And then we got talking. He's like, yeah, everything's like satanic. And I know. I was like, yeah, so you should probably not be like peddling this shit. He's
Yeah.
a young kid, like super young kid. But
You
he's
make
like,
the connection.
he's like, I just watched Doctor Strange, and I'm pretty sure I was involved in a ritual with Satan.
He said that.
He said that.
He said that.
Dude, this kid was
Yeah.
fucking woke to it. And if
But
you're
you just
listening,
didn't
I forgot
make
who
the
you were,
connection?
but he like subscribed to the pod and everything too.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he was, but he was for some reason at the same time he was like literally like pushing abortion on
Yeah,
everybody.
it's like, bro, like that's child sacrifice.
I know.
Like they've been doing child sacrifice for fucking thousands of years. All right, and that's they just turned it medical. They turned the child sacrifice thing and made it like, oh, it's a medical procedure now. It's like, no, you're still feeding
It's
some power,
healthcare.
you know. But anyways, I want to get back to.
Yeah, go ahead. Get back
we'll
into
we'll
it.
get
We
into
can
it
get
It
more.
was just it was funny.
heavily.
He said he was in a ritual. That's what he
Yeah,
said. Like,
no, that's definitely what it is. But it's tricky because it's like I knew that going in because it's Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, and both of those characters. That's what they are. They like are the occult. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's their thing.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what their characters are about. Is like the occult and magic and all that shit. So it was okay. So it was good. Like I
Vision?
liked it.
Like Vision? Was
Vision's
Vision-
not in it.
What I know, but was this better than the series Vision? Would you say?
WandaVision?
Yes.
WandaVision? Yeah.
Yes. I didn't mind that series though.
Okay.
I kind of liked it. I didn't really like the big
It
fight
just-
scene
it
and shit,
sucked
but
at the end. That's it.
yeah, it sucked at the end.
They over-
So
did
here's the
too
thing
quick.
about this, and I'm sick of Disney doing this to me, whether it's with the Marvel or with the Star Wars. I'm sick of them making me say like, yeah, I liked it, but I also didn't like it. Like I'm sick of that. Like what? Just like I want something from them that's like I want something that's like dope, you know, like fucking they need to take the Russo brothers for Marvel, they need to take the Russo brothers and let them like handle everything. All right, cuz it's like Winter Soldier, fucking dope. You know, all the Captain America You know, Winter Soldier, Civil War, dope. Guardians of the Galaxy, dope. And then Endgame and Infinity War, dope. You know, it's like all these little solo movies are like okay, right? And then the Star Wars shit too, because we're gonna talk about that. But anyways, so I was excited for this movie, and I was excited for it because I liked Doctor Strange. I didn't like his solo movie that much. It was all right, but I liked the character Doctor Strange. But then I started hearing a lot of bad things about this movie. Like people were like talking shit about it a lot.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh man, like maybe it sucks. So I watched it, and I gotta say, like, I had a good time watching it. Not gonna lie. Like there's all the parts that people hate, I hate it too. There's a lot of shitty parts in it. A lot of wokeness in it that you gotta get over. And it's like real in your face, of course. I mean, the whole fact that it's like really, they kind of take Doctor Strange, they kind of make Doctor Strange feel like almost like a sidekick to like all this woman power in it. Like they really do. Like it's really heavy handed in the. I mean, MCU's going in this route. People are calling it the MCU now because they're really heavily going in this route of like it's all women. All the women are
Futurist
the
female,
awesome
all that
things, you know, that are happening. The badasses now, which is like all right, but you don't use that and push Doctor Strange aside, okay? But anyways, still watch it. Like it's fun, and what makes it really fun though is that Sam Raimi directed this one. Okay, now Sam Raimi is, you know, created the Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead movies, and he did the original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. Okay, and what's awesome about this movie is that there's so much Sam Raimi horror to it. That's what he did. They wanted it to be more like when they came out with this movie, they were like, this is like our horror movie, right? Which is why they gave it to Sam Raimi. And that's what's really fun about watching this movie is like the story's like okay, and it gets crazy because it's all multiverse shit. So the story does get cool at points, and it gets really stupid at points too. But what's really cool is all the horror shit that Sam Raimi does do. He does it really well. There's so many times where it feels like you're watching The Evil Dead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did he do
that's
the
what
new Evil Dead too?
No, he did
Oh,
the
he did?
originals.
Okay.
Okay. So there's so many scenes where he's just pulling the Evil Dead out, and it fucking works, and it looks cool, and it feels cool. So yeah, definitely, I would say check it out. I'm not gonna say you're gonna like it, but you're gonna have fun with it. If that makes sense.
I love the first one. First one's awesome.
You like the first one?
I think the first one's one of my favorite.
Really?
Marvel
Favorite,
movies.
huh?
Yeah, I think that, and then
Okay, that's bold. That's a bold statement. Yeah, it's favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah, I
like
think
over
so.
Civil War.
What was it called?
One of my favorites.
Okay, one of your
No,
favorites.
The first
okay.
one
Civil
was
War is
Doctor
really
Strange.
good, and then so is
Infinity War.
Infinity War is really good.
Over Guardians.
It's just different than Guardians.
Yeah. This is different too. That's what's kind of cool about it. And they travel to different. This is cool because they travel to like alternate universes.
Strange
in
was the
this.
first one I seen that was like, okay, I'm gonna watch some more of these. So that's really what did it for me.
Yeah.
It was like I watched that one. I was like, okay, some of these other ones might be cool.
Yeah. See, I like the team up movies. I think all these characters are so much better when they team up. I'm not really into the solo movies. Like Winter Soldier was really good, but then the next Captain America movie was Civil War, which included everybody.
Yeah.
You know? And then the Russo brothers are just really good at I think they're really good at fucking Marvel. So I just feel like the team up movies just work better. And like I said, this one, it just like I like Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange in fucking Infinity War and Endgame and shit, right? Because he's like cocky and everything like that. He's cocky. He's dope at what he does. He knows he's dope at what he does. And this one, they kind of, I don't know, they kind of bitch him out a little bit, you know. And then there's a whole scene where he's fighting and he fights with music notes, right? Like he picks up there's like a music book floating, and he takes the actual notes out of the music page and like turns them into like magic like weapons, like they float out of the book. And he like flings them, right? And so when he's flinging them, it makes this like it makes like a music note, right? And it's like a horror one.
Yeah.
It's like bring ding ding, and like real like horror sounding. And it was like really cool. And then the guy he's fighting does the same thing back to him, and like that back and forth was cool. But then they kept doing it,
too long.
They did it way too long, and it was like, this is kind of whack now. Like
Really?
this is like cheesy.
Was that the
You
end?
know? Did you see this?
Was it the end? The end fight?
Yeah. Did you see this movie?
I think I seen it in Costa Rica.
You think you saw it in Costa Rica?
Yeah, did it just come out within the
Yeah,
last?
Yeah. You would have been in Costa
Yeah.
Rica when it was in theaters.
Then I seen it. Yeah.
Is this the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't spoil it for yourself.
Is it a spoiler right there?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, that's like. So yeah, I mean, it's a good movie though. Like, it's a good movie. You just gotta get past a lot of wokeness. There's a lot of plot holes and a lot of stupid shit in it. But the villain's really good. Really good villain, I think. But yeah, that's what I got on
Oh yeah.
on that. Did you guys watch that Star
No,
Wars
I want to
thing?
watch it on here though.
It's long, bro. It's like 10 minutes.
Is it that long?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't watch it because I thought we could watch it.
I
We
didn't
can
watch
watch
either.
it.
What
if
is
I
it,
want to
Star
edit
Wars?
What?
it out.
I didn't watch it either.
You guys, none of you guys watch that
Let's
shit?
What is
watch
it?
it. We
What
can
is
watch
it?
it.
It's like 10 minutes.
If I have
can
to
pause
edit it
it.
out.
Okay, edit that
Yeah.
shit out. I don't want the listener to be sitting there.
We'll be
Did
right
you
back.
watch? You watched it, right? Obi-Wan.
No, they
Well,
can,
wait, I watched
trust
the
me.
first
We
show.
can do a show with
What
you.
is that?
You
I
watched
was
the
told
whole
about
Obi-Wan. That's what we're watching.
I got it.
No,
Don't worry
I didn't
about
watch
it.
the whole thing.
I'll find it.
I only watched the first show.
Do you not want to watch this?
What is it? What am I watching?
It's the fights, the end fight scene.
Oh, I don't want to see it.
Tony doesn't want to see it.
You don't want to see it?
No, 'cause he's watching
I
it.
haven't watched the whole thing.
Okay. I mean,
You can watch it. You guys watch it. I'm not gonna watch it.
well, you'd have to
Well,
watch
yeah,
it.
you're
We'll talk
sitting
about
right
it
here
next
with
week.
us.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
We got other pop culture to talk about.
Yeah. Why, did you watch some shit?
No.
I watched
started playing-
Stranger Things again.
You watched it again? No, I
No,
started playing a
it's
new
you.
game, and then I'm trying to think what else I did.
Did you watch Stranger Things?
No, I've been working too much. Fuck.
Man, you gotta watch Stranger Things, bro.
Did you watch like the series of Stranger Things?
I watched the first and second one,
Oh,
but not the first, second, third, and the 80th version. I haven't watched the newest one yet.
It's still in the 80s.
the whole
whole
series.
series.
I watched a little bit
I
of
heard
Beavis
number
and Butthead.
5 is going to be in the 90s. I
Okay,
thought.
so Beavis and Butthead just came out with a new
I
movie.
love it how they come at it. And they think they're gonna have sex with the astronaut. They're like, yeah, we're gonna score.
With the
Really,
MTV.
we were really big Beavis and Butthead
Oh, for
fans
sure,
in our
for
house.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
We were watching
Yeah, I
Beavis and
never-
Butthead.
It was
Like when it
nostalgic.
came out, like
When I was watching it, it was nostalgic.
Yeah, like-
It used to be cool back in the 90s.
yeah, but like we were watching it. Like our dad was watching it with us. Like when we shouldn't have been watching Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't let my kids watch Beavis and Butthead
Yeah.
at the age we were watching it, because I was in like second grade.
Yeah.
I never even watched Beavis.
96.
Oh, dude. My
98.
dad, I used to watch with my dad, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they came out with a
Keep me
new
from my
movie.
butthole.
They came out with a new movie. It's on Paramount, and I do want to check it out because I want to see what they. I watched a clip of it, and they were really making fun of. They were making fun of white privilege in it, and it was like really funny. Like the clip I saw. So I'm curious to see. I have a feeling that they might go after everything in it.
Okay.
But I want to see if it's woke or if it's.
Saturn right there.
If
I
it's
don't
not.
think Mike Judge is woke.
I don't know. I don't know if he is or not.
He
I
was
have
just
no
on
idea.
Rogan.
Was he?
Yeah, I just listened to it. His Rogan's really hard to listen to, actually.
Okay.
He's really-
I've heard
he's dry.
He's very
He's
dry.
very dry.
I've seen him on Howard Stern, I think, back in the
Yeah.
day with my dad. Yeah, I think he
You
was on
wouldn't
Howard
think he's
Stern.
the guy that did Beavis and Butthead.
He talks like like Hank. Hank Hill.
Yes. Well, he does he does that too.
Does he?
No, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying
He does Hank Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
King of
That's-
the
no
Hill.
wonder- okay, King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never really liked King of the Hill that much.
Me
He
neither.
did something
I
else.
love
too.
watched it a
He
lot.
did-
Bobby.
He did
Bobby.
something else that was pretty big.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
but I'm just saying his voice is naturally more like kind of like Butthead and Hank Hill,
Hank,
like
yeah.
his natural voice. But yeah, so anyways, the clip I saw of it was like they were in like a college, they were in college, and the class that the teacher was explaining white privilege, and they were like, so wait, you mean like we can do anything? And they're like, yeah, you could do anything because you're white, and like you don't have to get like the police aren't going to
Won't get
bother
called on
you
you.
because you have white privilege. And they're like, whoa, we have privilege because we're white? And so like it shows them like they leave and they go into like the cafeteria and they're like, get the fuck out of, like they're like taking people's food and shit. you know, and they're like, yeah, we got white privilege. Like, it's okay, you don't know about it. We didn't know about it either, you know. Like, and they like fucking steal a cop car and shit, and like the cops are like, get out of the car, and they're like, you must not understand that we're white. You know, it's just like I
It
don't
might
know,
be woke then.
they did a. They
It
did a
sounds
good
like
funny.
that could be woke too.
Well, it sounds like
Well, no, because
making fun of
they
it.
were like, yeah, it was like making fun of it. It was
Yeah.
like, fuck you. Like, you know, they were like, oh, we can do all this shit.
I don't know anything about Beavis and Butthead, like at
Really?
all.
It's
No.
just like
Yeah,
these
you
two
weren't-
guys that
you
live in this
weren't-
place, and they're
no.
They did
Man.
music videos. They made fun of music
That's all I
videos
can
as
think
you
of.
watched.
That's the only like
Man.
snippet of it I can think of. is
That was in our
them
house.
watching music videos and making fun of the videos.
MTV was cool for a minute, dude, and then they just sucked.
Man,
everything.
my dad will still do the. You remember the episode where they Beavis had a bloody nose
Yeah.
the whole time?
Yeah.
And at the end, they put tampons in his nose,
Right.
and he's like, "I feel free."
Oh.
My dad will still quote that to this day. You never watched like the Beavis and Butthead movie that
No.
came out? That came out when we were in like
Yeah,
sixth
That
grade.
was good too.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
No, I never watched any of it.
Okay.
Like South Park was like my first cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll like it then.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it now.
No, I don't think I
You don't
would.
have to
I
like
didn't- I
I'm
didn't
gonna like it because of nostalgia.
Yeah,
You know.
I didn't like I didn't like it when like thinking of the music videos. I was like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was.
I always hated the music video.
Yeah,
part.
me too.
Yeah, is
yeah.
that part stupid?
No,
They just sit on a
not-
couch and make
actually,
fun of
it's
They were
videos.
making
It's
fun of
not.
older. They were making fun of a lot of older music videos.
yeah.
And I think that brought in the older crowds too.
I think if you
So-
watch that shit now, like the original episodes, you would appreciate it a lot more
Yeah.
during those scenes. Okay, because it was kind of like they were like, what's that Mystery Theater 3000?
Yeah, I love that shit.
Mystery
Yeah.
Theater 3000, but with music videos.
Yeah.
They would have commentary.
That's what I was thinking of. I was like, it's like science,
You know?
Mystery Science Theater 3000. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it was, but with music videos. And I discovered a lot of music because of Beavis and Butthead.
Is that why you
Um,
like Pearl Jam?
Probably. Well, no, I like Pearl Jam because my mom liked Pearl Jam. And Pearl Jam's fucking dope, dude. I
Pearl
don't know.
Jam sucks.
Pearl Jam does not
Pearl
suck,
Jam
bro. You're crazy.
Pearl Jam's like Creed.
Yeah.
Might as well
Fucking,
be Creed.
what's his name? Adam Sandler used to always do impressions of him on Saturday Night Live.
Scott Stapp.
Yeah.
Is that the Pearl Jam guy or the
That's
Creed
the
guy?
Creed guy.
Yeah, it's the Creed guy.
Creed got bangers too, bro. Don't only act like Creed don't got bangers. Can you take me higher? That shit comes on, everybody's singing it.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody's singing it.
That was
Their
like
guitar
the
player's
first,
really
Every
good,
that was
too.
and
like
if
the
you're
first-
like Creed sucks, like when that song comes on, you're like in a corner, you're like, yeah, take me higher.
that was like the first one, and then they just copied it. You know, then there was all these other bands that kind of like had that same kind of voice,
Nickelback,
Nickelback and fucking
Nickelback
Trapped
got
and all
bangers
that
too,
shit.
bro. Don't even act like
that's
Nickelback.
funny, yeah.
Don't even act like
I know.
Nickelback don't got bangers.
Remember when they were playing
got
at the Super
bangers.
Bowl, and there was a petition that they played at the Super Bowl in Detroit, and there was a petition that a bunch of people signed to get them to take
Couldn't make
Nickelback
it
off
with a
there.
blind man.
It was like
Couldn't bear a poor man steal. Is that them?
Yeah, that's them.
That's them. That song's a banger, bro.
there was like Pearl
You know
Jam.
the lyrics to that
Pearl
song.
Jam.
You can sing along
Yeah,
to that
no,
song.
I knew if I heard it, I'd probably know every word.
Yeah, it's 'cause
would.
It's a
Because
spell.
they used to play it on the radio constantly.
It is a spell. That's all right.
Yeah.
What, you guys got any pop culture?
Oh, I got some.
You got some?
You got something?
First of all, Tarkov wiping tomorrow, so I've been playing that obsessively. But I also started playing this game called The Cycle Frontier. It's pretty badass. And then Stranger Things Part 2 comes out in, what, a couple days?
It'll be out when this is out for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Actually,
hard.
on this day, maybe. If you're listening, on Saturday. Is Saturday the 1st? Friday's the 1st.
Should
So-
we gauge our expectations now so that way we can talk about exactly when it hits?
I honestly,
How is it?
I hope they go fucking Empire on this shit. I hope they lose. I hope they lose, and then they're gonna give us season 5. Because if they're doing a season 5, they want season 5 to be the last one. Then the smart thing to do would be to end game this shit,
Yeah.
or Infinity War this shit, Empire this shit, where they lose and it raises the stake for the last
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
You know, like people got to die. people got to die in these last episodes.
How many episodes was it?
8?
7.
7?
Okay.
See, it's weird
7.
how Netflix does
But then so the stuff that's coming out, it's a 1 hour episode and then a 2.5 hour episode.
This is the
okay.
best
That's what's
season.
coming out.
This is the best season.
This is the best
season.
season.
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know. I really like season 3, dude. That's my favorite.
The
I
mall
think.
one?
I hated season
Yeah,
3.
season
Really?
3
I
with
thought
like
the-
Billy. I like what
I thought
happens
that one
with
was kind of
him.
weak.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I
I
like
can't,
that
I
one.
can't even comment on season 2 still though.
I
I don't
season-
even know what
yeah.
season 2 was.
I don't know what season 2 is about either.
Like when you were talking about the
Mind Flayer.
the superheroes aspect of it, like
Yeah,
the
that's the
team,
only
I was
thing,
like, oh yeah, I forgot that even fucking happened.
People got pissed at that. Like fans didn't like that.
The
Like
Dungeons and
the
Dragons.
reason, the
No.
very reason I said I did like it was why fans didn't like
because
it.
they made it like X-Men.
Because they made it like X-Men and people were like, "I don't want this to be like X-Men."
Season 2 he's talking about.
What do you mean by that?
So she had like a fucking sister in that shit in season 2. She met all those kids
Oh,
with
yeah.
powers, and she like met like her
Yeah,
fucking
no-
sister,
number 8.
And then we've never heard of her
Dude,
again.
what if we're gonna hear from her at the end of this season? Because they bring up
I don't
number
think-
8.
I think they
in
got-
season 4. Did you know that?
did they?
Yeah, number 1 brings her up. He's like, "Do you remember the room when you and 8 used to be in there?" He
Yeah.
brings her up.
See, it must have been to me.
But
I was
still,
like,
I mean, she's not in season 3. She's
No.
not in season 4 at all. Other than that mention, I think the fans got to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Would it still be good with commercials? Stranger Things?
No.
Because
Oh, I mean, yeah, but
You know what I
that's
mean?
no.
it wouldn't be no good. It wouldn't ruin it, right? Because I heard Netflix is doing that now. They're adding commercials. They're gonna be adding commercials.
unless you pay for an
Unless you
upgraded
pay
plan.
next.
Dude, their shit went
premium.
up, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
they're losing people.
I heard about that too. They lost
That's-
a lot of people.
That's why, but they gained a lot of people during the pandemic. That's why
They lost a lot of people. They lost a lot of conservatives because they came out with that fucking
Kids
that little
or
girl,
cuties or
that
whatever.
cutie show movie, which
Oh,
is
really?
about like little girls twerking and shit.
It's fucking gross.
You know, it is fucking gross
It's
looking.
like pageant moms for kid dancers or
Yeah.
some shit like that. It's real weird.
and they lost a lot of people for that, understandably. And now they're raising their prices because they're losing a bunch of conservatives because they're putting out all this woke shit, like everything's like gay and fucking like Black Lives Matters, like it's all being shoved in people's faces, and instead of just like just either stay neutral on that shit or don't even involve that shit and just put out good content, they want to push that shit, and a lot of people in this country don't want that shit shoved in their face. And so yeah, they're fighting, but it sounds like they're backtracking because they know they fucked up. Like apparently they came out with a statement to their employees talking about like, look, if you don't like the what the project's coming up because of your political reasons or whatever, then leave
Yes.
because they're losing people. You
Yeah.
know, people are going to the Daily Wire, which, by the way, are you gonna talk about that at all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched one and a half things on there.
Okay.
But
Well, go ahead, bring that up.
yeah, I just subscribed to the Daily Wire, which is $12 a month, and you get all their content. They're putting out movies and documentaries and
Do you know what this is, Tony?
I
Daily
think so.
Wire is like a conservative
I've heard of
outlet, right?
it's
Where-
Ben
seen it a couple
Shapiro's
times.
outlet.
It's like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, like they put out their podcasts and stuff like that. It's very conservative grown. And what they did though is now they've created like a streaming service, right? And what their goal is they want to compete against Disney and they want to compete against Netflix for conservative people, for more more conservative views and shit like that. So if you don't want like LGBTQRS stuff shoved in your face and like all this Black Lives Matter stuff, you can go, you have something to go to. That's what they're competing against. That's what they're trying to be, and they're putting a lot of money into it. They're spending like $100 million on developing cartoons for kids.
Oh wow.
That talk about like actual core values in life and
Well,
shit
that
like
makes
that.
sense. Back in the '80s, you're like He-Man, that you had to have a certain amount of content in there, to teach kids a moral story. I don't
Yeah,
know
and
if
they all had those
back in the,
enders.
it was made. It was to be on TV. You had to have a
Like the
Punky
Captain Planet.
Brewster.
The Captain Planet ending.
Yeah.
Punky
Yeah.
Brewster always had a moral ending.
And they all had those after the episode.
Yeah.
There was always that extra, like, you know, like you could be a
make
good
a
person and if you know, say please
good.
and thank
It's
you,
good.
you know. And you don't see that anymore. Everything's just so now. Like you watch some of these fucking cartoons that like my kids watch, and it's just like you know, like the scenes switch like every like 2 seconds. It's like switching to a different scene, you know, where like it used to be like you'd stick on a scene for like 7 seconds.
Yeah, it's playing to that.
But now it's like the scene switches like every 2 seconds.
That's how it is on Big Bang Theory, isn't it? It's like one little skit, one little skit, one little skit.
Maybe, I don't know. When I watch Big Bang Theory, dude, I let my mind go numb.
Right on.
I like
It's a good
zombie.
show.
I stupid.
$1 million
You know,
an episode.
That's how I watch that show.
It's a terrible show.
But anyways, so that's what the Daily Wire is. So Jim just got
Yeah, and
got the subscription.
I'm gonna just give you guys it too.
That's what I was gonna say. I was
you
gonna
could just.
Well, I didn't know if you said you wanted to do a movie night,
I do want to. I want to watch that Terror on the Prairie.
so you haven't watched that.
I haven't watched that.
Okay.
I watched What Is a Woman.
Because that's what I want to watch.
Yeah,
really
me too.
bad.
Yeah, but that's why I want to wait to watch it so we can watch it together and then talk about it.
Yeah.
And there's another movie too. Do you have them pulled up right now? Go to the top of it.
Okay, so you watched. You watched.
I wanted to watch this, Choosing Death: The Legacy of Roe.
Okay,
But
so
I,
Rovers.
I accidentally watched the other one thinking it was that.
Terror on the Prairie.
No,
So-
not that. Go down one more. What is a Woman?
What is a woman?
So it's
Okay.
with Matt Walsh does it.
Yeah,
And
this
it's
is
like
a documentary.
It's a documentary. It's sweet though. It's done. It feels like it would be on.
Vice.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
It feels just like a Vice documentary or something like that, or like Anthony Bourdain
Yeah.
trying to find out what a woman is. And it's fucking awesome.
Does he kill it?
Oh, dude, it's hilarious, and
Yeah.
it's you're just like, what the fuck? You just see this thing because it's questioning the idea of like gender identity and how they're pushing for kids to just want to choose their own gender
Yeah.
and how fucking ludicrous it is.
Ridiculous that is.
And
yeah.
he really exposes it in a brilliant and beautiful way. He does an awesome job. I want to play a clip of it, actually. I have it pulled up because it's that clip we talked about a couple weeks ago. Let me see if I get this up here. So here, he went into like an African tribe to ask these questions that he's been asking, like educated
Yale professors.
Yeah,
college professors,
doctors.
people who are like, you know, psychiatric psychologists and shit. Like the people that work with children.
Then this is an African tribe.
And he's like, well, maybe I got to get out of America to see if I can find out what a woman is. And this is him interacting with this African tribe.
The lady cannot do the duty of a man, and a man cannot do a duty of a woman.
Can a man become a woman?
Kid molla rengro? No,
No.
no.
What about a transgender?
Eh?
Transgender?
He's like, what?
Kid mo na ipibelega nyolle me rengro?
He's laughing.
No.
Dude, watch
It
this.
look
It's
like
fucking-
if you want to become a lady but you're a man, you have something wrong in
Something
your mind.
wrong.
Something wrong in your family, something wrong in you.
What about if someone was non-binary?
Come again?
It's almost a joke.
Non-binary? Do you know, like non,
He can't even explain this to him.
like someone is
You're not a woman, you're not a man.
yeah, someone is neither. There's something else. Is that
So he's asking an elder, right? This guy's asking the elder.
Yeah.
Whatever part you have.
He's saying we have never seen things like those. For a man, he has a penis. For a woman, he has a vagina.
Like that's
So
the
we know
answer.
this is a
That's
lady,
it.
this is a man.
That's it.
what if it's a woman with a penis?
Both.
Like this guy fucking with
No,
us.
dude, they're lucky
Exactly.
they didn't fucking like
Kita mana begaring
kill that
kiro
guy.
What?
and tabo.
People are laughing. Is that a dumb question?
They're just laughing because they have never heard something like that. This is their first time to hear
Never heard it before.
a woman have a penis, and she is a woman.
In my country, I can't go a day without hearing it. We hear it every day. In my country, sometimes you'll hear people say,
All right.
a man will say,
But
that I'm
dude,
a...
this guy, I don't even know if I'm allowed to play all that
Yeah,
on
I'm
here, but
just about to get fired.
yeah.
Job.
All right, we'll probably just get flagged or something. Maybe not though, because YouTube's has nothing to do with this.
Is that what is a
But,
woman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
it's-
you can only watch it on the Daily Wire though.
So yeah, they have their own subscription service, and that's the thing. I'm like, oh, this should be on YouTube so everyone can see this. But at the same time, I understand that they're
gotta
trying
make-
to build a culture. They're trying to take you away from these other places like Netflix and
Yeah.
Prime and Hulu and all the big bangers, and they're like, we're having a culture here. We're asking the real questions that people are asking.
yeah,
Like, and he's asking liberals, conservatives, all walks of life.
yeah,
Like, where the other side, they only focus on their own agenda. So like if it's all mainstream if it's a mainstream narrative, they're focusing on the left and they're glorifying the left only. And the
Yeah.
left's the only people they'll talk to
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And this is like showing the opposite.
Does it
side.
have commercials too or no?
No, because you're subscribed to it.
Are you allowed to share?
That would be cool if it
You
was
look into that at all?
cheap.
We're gonna
cheaper
find
or
out.
Free.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know
I can
if
understand if they
commercials-
don't, because like I said, they're dumping 100 million into children. They're developing children content.
Okay.
You know, so like they need that. They need money
Yeah.
to get this off the ground because they're going against fucking giants.
And I started to watch another. They have another movie out too that I can't remember what it was called though. But there's a bunch of movies. There's a bunch of content on there. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of shit. It's so far. I just got it like 2 days ago or something. So I just started.
Yeah, what's this? Shut In? What is that?
That was it. Or
Is that a movie?
no, it's this one. Run, Hide, Fight's another movie, and so is Shut In.
Okay.
So
So, yeah, so there's a movie on here that we all want to watch called Terror on the Prairie, and it's a Western movie, and supposedly it's supposed to be pretty brutal Western movie.
I started it a little
But
bit.
when you watch it, you don't gotta worry about fucking. It's like when I watched fucking Doctor Strange. When I watched Doctor Strange, like I was just waiting for it. I was
the
waiting for
wokeness?
like, all right, where's the woke? Ah, there it is, right in my face. You know, there it is, right
Yeah.
in my face. Like, you know,
you're just gonna be able to watch a movie.
yeah,
Just watch a fucking movie.
be able to watch a
that-
fucking movie,
Yeah.
Which is what we just
and
that's
not
all we want.
have to like fight the urge to go get vaccinated after.
Yeah,
You know.
or analyze it under a race microscope.
Yeah.
What makes you feel like, hold on, am I a racist? Like because I'm looking at this and I'm obsessed with the race of the people in this. Like,
Yeah.
you don't even want to worry about that shit. You just want to be entertained and have values. I mean, it pushes the right shit that's not like fucked up and
Subtly like
satanic.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to watch this.
It's awesome, dude. It's fucking really good. It's done really well. It's an hour and a half. It's a nice watch.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, you gonna watch Candace Owens once?
yeah.
You got that?
Yeah, I'm gonna
planned?
watch that. Yep. I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, it might not be.
I don't think it is.
Enzo, look it up.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay, Enzo's gone. He's fired. He's fucking fired.
He probably has like a picture of I don't know.
So yeah, I think that's all I got on pop culture. We've been
I
watching
finished
The Wire.
Armada, the book.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it. I hated the end.
You hated the end?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just thought like I couldn't believe that this whole thing took place in one day.
How long did it take you to read it?
Did it take place in one day?
How long did it take
Yeah.
you to read it?
I would listen to it, so
Okay.
it was like a week, 2 weeks maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about it last episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
I
I
didn't,
just
I didn't
was
think
like-
it was like great though.
No,
Like,
it
I thought
wasn't
it was
great.
fun still.
Ready Player One's great.
Ready
That's
Player
a
One
good
is
fucking
great.
book. That's
Yeah.
like
Good read.
oh my god, it's a
good
fucking
listen.
great. Yeah, it's a
It's a
great
good listen too.
Yeah, it's
It's-
better. It's like a better.
Who's the
listen.
guy that does it?
Will Wheaton.
Will
from
Really,
Star-
to
from
listen
Star
to
Trek.
it?
He narrates it.
Okay.
Yeah, on Audible. He does this book too, who's written by the same author. He
Yeah.
reads this book too.
And it's fun. It's
a fun one.
It is fun, but there was like a bunch of weird little plot holes and stuff, and it just it ends so fast. And I'm like, this all happened in a fucking day. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't feel like a day.
Wait.
He's back.
I'm back.
I actually have to pee, so I'm gonna be off here for a second.
What you got, Enzo?
About what? Pop culture?
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying, I've been playing this new game called Cycle Frontier. It's like a survival first-person shooter game. It's freaking beautiful. The art style's amazing. It's pretty fun. And then the other game I play, Escape from Tarkov, is like wiping tomorrow, which means every time they have like a big update, they add like a new map or a new part of the game, they erase everyone's progress. So everyone starts off with like just like pistols and shotguns. So in the beginning of the wipe, it's like really fun because everyone's just basically going ham. So there's that.
You didn't start The Boys yet?
I didn't, man.
Bro, that's okay. I forgot about that. That's what I wanted to talk about actually. Season 3 of The Boys. We're caught up on that. I think there's 2 more episodes left, bro. Like season 3 just hits.
This is just so good.
It fucking hits, dude. It's banger. It's a fucking banger season. It goes hard on like everything, dude. The last episode is like pretty controversial because it's called Herogasm.
Okay.
All right. And it's about like they have to infiltrate this party that happens, this annual party that happens every year where all these superheroes get together and they just fuck.
Okay.
They have this big orgy.
Okay.
Right? And so you walk into that, all right, chill out on that. Burn out my coil, bro. But anyways, they show like all these superheroes like fucking. So you're seeing all this crazy shit. Like you're seeing like a dude that his power is like his dick. He's got this huge dick that like wraps around.
What is
wrap
this?
around you?
The
The
Boys.
Boys season 3. It's fucking banger, dude. And so like the opening, like the season opener. So episode 1 of season 3, they're infiltrating a party and they're going after this superhero that can shrink. Right? He shrinks down real small, and he's at this party and it shows him like doing blow. I'm gonna spoil a little bit. All right, there's a little bit of a spoiler. So if you haven't watched season 3 and you want to watch it, don't listen to what I'm saying. If you're like into The Boys already, don't listen to what I'm saying. But so he shrinks down, right? And they show him at this party and he's doing a bunch of blow, and like he sneezes, and when he sneezes, he like pops back up, right? Like he like pops up to like regular form because he's doing blow.
Yeah.
And so then they show him going into the room with this dude, and they like start kissing and shit, right? And the guy's like, they're like about to fuck, and he's like, all right, go ahead, do it. And he like pulls down his pants, and the guy shrinks down, right, and jumps into the dude's dick. All right, he jumps into, and they show him inside the dick, and he's like walking around like in his dick, and he's fucking like touching the walls, and it shows the guy, and he's like, oh, and he's like patting it.
I wanna watch this, bro.
And right before, no, dude, it's just funny. Like right before he did that, he did a bunch of blow, right? So he's in the dick and he's floating around, and all of a sudden he fucking sneezes. He fucking sneezes, and when he sneezes, he pops up back to normal, and the dude just fucking explodes. And it's like his lover, The guy just fucking like literally just into like fucking pieces. I don't know. I think that shit's great.
Dude, that's gnarly.
But I was talking about the episode that just got released was like this big pivotal moment in like, or a big famous moment in like the comic book, and it's about superheroes getting together once a year and they like fuck, and they have like this big orgy, and the boys have to infiltrate it. And I guess in the comic, I haven't read the comics, but I guess in the comics it's like pretty brutal, like it's pretty like raw and like raunchy, like what's going on, and they had to like tone down a bunch for the show.
All right.
Wow.
But it's definitely something you should watch, and
A lot of
like,
gay sex. A lot of
violence.
violence.
Everything, dude. It's a lot of everything.
A lot of blowing up dicks.
you see a guy's head get smashed by eating out a girl. You know, he's eating her out, and like she's like, yeah, lick that ass, and like she starts orgasming, and she accidentally crushes his head.
Doesn't sound like a fun party.
No, it's raw, dude. It's fucking raw. It shows like what Flash. It shows like what Flash should do to people. Like if Flash wanted to like fuck up people, like it shows up like what he could what Flash could actually do to somebody in like a fucking brutal way.
And he just jackhammers him with his dick.
Yeah, he just sucks his cock real fucking fast.
This show sounds
Super
terrible,
fast.
bro.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, why would you go
it's
to a
just
party
raw.
like that if you're
It's
gonna
like
get
a
your-
raw-
This is on the Daily Wire.
Yeah, it's just
Ben
a raw,
Shapiro's show.
raunchy show. Is it full? Does it have woke shit in it? Yeah, of course it does. I mean,
This
it's
is
on
on
Amazon,
Prime, right?
Yeah, this is on Prime.
There's a famous video game maker that canceled their recent project because it was purportedly too similar to this show, The Boys. Hideo Kojima, the guy who made Metal Gear.
That's this. I mean, this show is not. I don't think this show is doing anything like. I don't think the show's like doing anything new in the sense of like parodying. Terror on the Prairie.
Terror on the Prairie. Daily Wire. You can check us out at Secret. Oh,
It's not doing anything new with that. Like taking like superheroes and making them bad. Like that's been done before, but it just does it really well.
Okay.
what is that word? Is it parody?
I can't even think of it right
Parody.
It's a
now.
parody. But how do you?
parodying?
Yeah, that's it. Parody.
That guy's fucking like he does such a good job in the show. He's probably like a douchebag out like, you know, he's probably like abortions are illegal now.
I just love my favorite thing about that whole thing, about the whole Roe v. Wade thing, and is how it was literally 3 weeks ago where liberals were like, "You got to save our children and take the guns away," and then 3 weeks later they're like, "We got to kill the kids."
Is that what are we on random shit now?
We can be.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, if you haven't heard yet, the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, and liberals are losing their fucking minds, thinking that abortion's illegal now.
It's like there's a Plan B crisis, like there was a toilet paper crisis in the beginning of the pandemic.
Man,
Yeah.
you know what that means to me? That's profit.
Okay,
That's profit. If it becomes illegal,
Oh god.
you know,
you timestamped it.
I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. But did he just say he's gonna start giving people abortions and charging them for it?
you get the,
I think it's
the
profit.
abortion
I think it
pill.
honestly is profit for a lot of
It's
people.
illegal.
I mean,
it's illegal in Costa Rica.
I think liberal like politicians and shit like that are loving this. All the ones out there being like, I can't believe they did this. You need to go and take the streets and shit. Like you guys don't understand it. Like those leaders are fucking loving this. They love that this happened because it creates it's giving them power for
They
their
probably made it happen,
you know.
dude.
Yeah, it probably
Yeah,
made it happen.
That's what happened. I mean, it's gonna like so. This is all like a champion of conservative rights. Everyone's like, this is happening, but at the same time, like they don't understand that this is gonna kill them in the fucking what's coming up right now, the midterms. This
I
will
don't know,
kill
man.
them.
You don't
I
understand, though, what's happening, though.
If they can't cheat, which they're going to, then
Yeah.
it wouldn't kill them.
I mean,
You gotta look at Japan. You gotta look at Japan. You have to look at
But like
our
even
in 20
conservative-
years.
Go ahead.
In 20 years, our population is going to be 1 out of 5 people are going to be 65. Japan's already there right now. They're beyond reproducing.
Oh, you're talking about how their population's dwindling?
they're beyond.
Yeah.
They
like
have to
they're
bring,
scared of it.
They have to bring people in. They're such a like enclosed culture. They don't want people become the part of the Japanese culture. You can't just move there and become a citizen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bunch of
And they're gonna
racists.
have to have that, and it's happening to us too. You have to look at like statistics back in like the 1800s. Like the average age was around like 18, 19, 20. Now today it's 37. Okay, that's
For what,
the average
having a
age.
kid?
No, that's the average age of the person right now. The average age of U.S. citizens is at around 36 years old. 37
Oh,
years
okay, I
old.
get what you're saying.
So you know what I mean? If that's
Yeah,
why,
I know in
that's why-
Japan
That's
they're-
why. That's why they're not just thinking. It is shitty that they're taking away our rights and everything, but
They're not though.
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
problem. That's the problem that
But-
liberals have with it is that they're being fed this narrative that's wrong. What this was it's actually a good thing because it's what makes America so unique. Okay, and it's they took away the power of the federal government. They took away big government being able to say and make a choice on what everyone has to do. Okay, because that's not what America is about. America, we're separated in states, and we have governors and shit for states and everything like that, so that we, the people, can vote on who we want to be our governors and who we want to be our mayors and everything for our individual states, right? And if we don't like something, right, we can either vote on against it as a people, all right, by who we put in place, or if it turns out that it's something gets put in that we don't like, we have the option to move to a different state
That's
that
true.
might
That's pretty cool
do
to
it.
think of it
Okay,
that way.
so what they did was they took it away from the government, the big government, the federal government, and they made it so that states choose whether or not abortion's illegal or not in their state. Okay, so even if you live in a state that's gonna say, all right, well, we're gonna ban abortion and make it illegal, well, then you either fucking suck that up or you go move to one of the blue states where it is legal. You know what I'm saying?
See,
so like,
you get that, but listen,
I didn't
not
get that.
the layman person gets that. This
Exactly.
is why this will hurt them, and this is why it is a liberal-controlled agenda to even be pushing and talking about this. The fact that it did get overturned because everyone's thinking, "Oh, abortion's illegal."
yeah.
That's what everyone's thinking. And they're like, these crazy conservatives finally did it. They made abortion illegal everywhere on the federal level. But that's not what really happened.
Yeah.
Was the fact that they put it to the states level.
Yeah.
And nobody
They
knows.
did what
all these-
America's supposed
yeah,
to do.
Yeah.
Was
All these
designed
people
to do.
championing this, they don't even understand it. They don't get what Roe v. Wade was. They don't understand what they don't understand the story of Roe v. Wade. They
They
all
don't understand Planned Parenthood. I'm
No.
seeing liberals like being like, donate to fucking Planned Parenthood right now. And it's like, bro,
What a
like,
racket.
Look into fucking Planned Parenthood and the racists that came up with it. The euthogenics,
Legitimate, yeah.
fucking
Look up that person's name real quick.
Margaret
it's
Sanger.
Margaret Sanger.
Margaret
Yeah.
Sanger.
Yeah. She was a fucking racist and openly talked about how she wanted to get rid of minorities.
It was called something else before it was Planned Parenthood.
Okay, that was
Like,
the
probably
goal.
like-
That was like the main goal of it. You know, and they're like, oh, we want to
what is that?
donate to it.
$4 billion corporation? No,
Yeah, it's huge.
foundation.
So yeah, so it's just fucking, and I, you know, where I work and everything. It's like I gotta hear. I heard it today. I was on a break and I heard someone talking on the phone. They're like, I can't believe they did this. They took away, they, you know, abortion saves lives and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, the whole point of an abortion is the opposite of that. You're taking away a life. That's the whole point of it. So I don't understand this. I don't understand this whole like women's health care and shit like that. Like I just don't understand it. It's been explained to me. I think it's fucking full of shit. Like you're not it has nothing to do with your body. Okay? Because your body is not getting aborted.
No, they just
All
want
right?
the ability
You're
to...
aborting something in your body, okay, that is completely different DNA than you. All right? It's not your body because the thing that you're aborting, all right, has different DNA than you. So you're not aborting your body. It's not your body, your choice.
They just want the ability to not have any consequences for their actions
Exactly.
and fucking... Yeah.
You know, sure, if the rape thing, okay, cool. Like, yes, I
Well,
think
and then-
most people are
what
on board
they-
with that.
What they really say is they get into like ectopic pregnancies and shit like that. Where
That's
it's
not
like,
abortion.
Exactly. But they don't get that. And then they're like, they read a couple articles where a doctor's like, well, once these laws pass, there's going to be a fine line between where we can save the life of a person when we have to, because abortion will be, it's like, no, you'll do an ectopic pregnancy procedure. You're not going to be doing an abortion procedure. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't go to Planned Parenthood and, you know what I mean? It's
like losing a child's different than terminating a child. Like, you know, and it's fucking like the stats. I saw the stats for these were in 2005. It was like, so abortion. The reason for abortions. This is like a study done in like 2005. I don't know how many people includes, but it was like, I guess, like 0.001% of pregnancies resulted from incest relationships. Like 0.001% of abortions were done because of that. 0.085% abortions were done because a woman was raped. 6.2% the women aborted for social or economic reasons. So like, you know, being poor and shit like that. But 92% had no reason, just elective.
How many total abortions? Did we have a count?
I don't know. I'd have
Probably
to.
millions by now.
Per year?
I think it's like 60 million since Roe v. Wade was introduced.
What year was that?
So 60 or when was Roe v. Wade? 70s?
Somewhere.
I think 70s maybe. But I think it's like 60 million since
14 million chemical abortions occur in the U.S. each year.
And then,
so basically, the largest
year.
number though of why abortions occur were not because of medical reasons, not because of a woman's health. Mm-hmm. It was because I don't want to take care of this consequence.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, I don't want to have consequences and accountability for my actions.
And you know what's cringe about it is like when you see everyone, these like the mainstream pundits talking about it, they'll be like, well, what if like my brother has Down syndrome and stuff like that, and they're just like shitting on like mentally disabilitated children, being like that this could happen and it's not easy to raise. Dude, I've seen this like fucking on The View and on like shit like that, where they're like talking about it like, what are you talking about? Are you just like shitting on people who have like special abilities? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Special needs, special abilities, not like superheroes. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a theory about that too, but that's another one.
Yeah.
But no, it's just cringy. It's just people are just championing just the wrong shit. It's because
in a trance.
Yeah, they're in a trance, 100%. You're like, kill babies is good. It's like, what are you talking about? It's not good. It's not. And yeah, when it's needed, when it has to happen, it's going to happen, and there's lines of that.
What are the consequences?
What do you mean?
What are like in Costa Rica? That was 3 years in jail
for what?
If you were caught getting an abortion. Up to
it's
3
whatever
years.
The state
Up
decides. It depends on the state.
Okay.
You know, like.
So what about Michigan?
Michigan's legal here.
Are we?
I don't know. Well, now
can it be overturned soon?
We haven't seen any of we haven't seen what's going on yet because it just got overturned.
It becomes like a domino effect. You know what I mean?
We're gonna see certain states are going to ban it, and certain states aren't going to ban it. You know, Michigan most likely is not going to ban it. So if you live in Michigan and you're fucking losing your mind, don't worry. You could still kill your kid. You could still have as much sex as you want.
I'm pro. I'm pro about it.
That's fine.
The first 2 months, you know what I mean. But if you're past 3 months, you're having that baby.
And I think I don't give a fuck.
You should because it's a baby. Then, if it's the first month, it's not
that's
even
the
a
big
baby.
debate.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the debate.
But you're pulling off an arm and stuff like that at 3-4 months.
The debate is when, when is it?
A life.
It's a zygote.
When is it a life? You know, like why is bacteria on Mars considered life on Earth or life on Mars?
But if we don't make it illegal, it's going to continue to happen. There was how many abortions total?
Like 610 million total, but there's around 14 million per year.
That's how many more people we can have in this world. You know, we have enough food to feed. I think 9 billion right now.
Oh
So,
yeah, and like
you know what I mean?
they
Total.
say what was it? They said that everybody in the world could fit with land with actual
Like 2 acres.
with actual land. Everybody in the world could fit in Texas
Yeah. Oh wow.
with land.
With land. But we like to eat beef. So the beef we eat needs a lot of land. Not only they need
Whatever, man.
feed.
Bill Gates is handling that, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, and it does get tricky there because then you're like, well, what are you
Yeah.
feeding? But you know that the food that they're giving you now is just all trash anyways, and they're not using the land properly. They're just using it for profit.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are they really using this land? Is it mostly like drainage of waste and shit and chemicals that they're spraying all over everything? And that's probably what it is, more or less. We're saying that if all these people there's enough room. There's enough room.
Yeah.
100%.
So another thing that's happening
You just
is
have to change the system.
You're seeing all these companies are coming out, like pretty much like every company, like every major company is coming out saying that, you know, oh, we'll pay for your abortion.
Mm-hmm.
It will provide you up to like $5,000 to send you out of state if you live in a state that you can't get an abortion. We'll pay for you to leave the state and get an abortion up to like $5,000. Right, all these companies are telling their employees that.
Wow.
You know, and everybody, you know, and like the left and everything are like, oh, that's so good of them. Like, it's such a shame that these companies have to do that. And it's like, do you guys not know like what they're
People are
doing?
so messed
Like,
up.
why are you championing that? Like these people are doing that instead of they don't want to pay your
maternity
they don't want to pay
leave.
your maternity leave,
Idiots.
and they don't want you to leave their company if you do get pregnant. And you're like, if you do get pregnant and you keep the kid, and you're like, oh my god, like I fucking love this thing,
Kill your
and I
offspring
want
and your legacy.
I love this thing, and I want to spend as much time with it as I can. So I'm going to stop working as much to spend time and raise this. They don't want that. They need you to be their slave, and they don't want to pay you fucking maternity leave. So they're coming out being like, look how good we are. We'll pay for your abortion instead of giving you a raise.
Think about how stupid it is, though. They're literally saying, like, destroy your legacy, destroy the one thing that you have that you can leave on this earth, and give everything you have to our company so that we can make money.
Yeah, it's like it's like what your main purpose is on Earth. Like, it's like
Yes.
you're like you strip everything away. You strip God and religion or anything else away. Like, your main purpose is to reproduce. All right, it's like the main purpose of everything, like viruses and nature. Like, they're all just trying, except pandas.
Yeah.
Okay,
Someone's always trying to
because
control you.
pandas were made in a
They're always
lab.
being controlled.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, your purpose is to fuck and reproduce and keep going, keep your legacy, keep your genes alive, and keep them going. Right. And like sex isn't about pleasure. We turn sex into pleasure. Right. Like, the reason it is pleasurable
So we'll do
is
it.
so that you
Produce.
want to do it,
Yeah.
so that you create
Programmed
fucking
into us.
kids.
It's programmed into us.
Yeah, but
It's our
it feels
genetic-
good so that we do
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
And we want to do it so that we pump out fucking
Kids.
kids.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm sure there's plenty of people who are, oh, well, actually, it feels good because blah, 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 blah. Communism. But so, like, and I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're pro-abortion, that's whatever. But just be fucking real about why. That's what I care about. Be real about why you're pro-abortion. Stop giving me this shit about, like, women's rights or women's health and that it saves lives and stuff like that. Like, no. Like, be fucking real about it. It's so that you can get rid of consequence. You could sweep consequence under the rug. We talked about that before.
Yeah, we've had that same thing. I mean, it's facts though. It's facts.
You know?
Tough fact.
And don't
It
worry.
shouldn't be, but it is. Tough
Don't
fact.
worry. It's like, if you're worried about, just look at your state. Was your state a blue state? Because if it is, you probably don't have to worry about
But
it.
not only that, Plan B is sold on every corner, at Walgreens, at fucking every store in the
Tony's
country,
got a
dude.
trunk full of it right now.
I don't. I actually have Viagra right now. So
Okay.
I have Viagra. My friend keeps on calling me right now because I was in Costa Rica. I got a bunch of it, and I gave him one, and now he's bothering me. He's like, "Can I get another one? Can I get another?" It really works. So
Once again, use the promo code Secret Hideout.
Yeah, right. So is that you guys? That all you guys got on abortion? I mean, it's kind of talked about everywhere right now.
No, that's the thing. And who's talking about it?
We are.
No, but I know, but who else? You know what I mean? Like, where else are you seeing it? Like, it's all like uprate or out. You know, it's making everyone pissed off.
It's shitty. It's just shitty because like nobody's like you said. Like the average person doesn't know what that really means.
No, I don't.
And it's because like these news outlets and shit aren't talking about what it means. They're just they're using it for their advantage.
Yeah,
so that they can.
That's
win
why I want to see what the Daily
you know?
Wire has to say about Roe v. Wade, because I want to be like, well, what's the actual story of it? Like,
Yeah,
what
well,
is it?
yeah. Supposedly, she
did.
She came out on interviews being like, "I fucking lied about
on
everything."
ABC, on PBS, like you can see the interviews. They're there.
The actual from the actual court case, the woman that was the
they did like
or?
fucking like 5 o'clock news specials about it in the 80s. Like you can see them on fucking ABC, a news anchor. Interview.
Yeah.
Like. But no one knows that. No one understands what it is. They're just like,
And even
abortion's
if they
illegal
know
now.
shit, they don't care either way. They're just so brainwashed.
They're just
that
like,
they don't even care.
rawr, rawr, you dumbass Trumpers. Like, rawr.
I'm so sick of it though. Like I'm just like, like my whole all my stories are just like in Instagram.
Yeah.
And like I'm not even looking at they just like show up and it shows you like a clip of it. It's just all like.
You know how I know the outrage is working?
I can't believe we live in this.
Is when you see it like happening to people that you would never think would be like posting shit like this, posting their political views. You've never seen it happen before.
For sure.
And then all of a sudden now people are like posting their shit, and it's just like, oh, this is working. This divide is working. Yeah. Like in real time, you're watching it happen. Even probably myself included, like posting the stuff against it or whatever. Like I didn't ever post that shit or talk about that shit. Like, why is everyone obsessed with it right now? And it's like
because that's the got. That's the got, right?
They got you. They got you guys split up, and they know exactly. Now they're gonna snake something fucked up in there.
Yeah,
like,
there's actually three big conservative wins with the Supreme Court because they did the Roe v. Wade, and then they just announced that this high school football coach is in the right and protected by the Constitution because he was holding prayers after the game on the field with whoever wanted to join him. You know, it was basically his own personal prayer, but like if students wanted to join him, they could and everything. And he was fired for that. And so the Supreme Court just ruled that he's protected under the Constitution to do that.
You'd hope so.
Okay,
right?
and then there was that, and then they struck down some gun control
Gun
law
control in New York
for concealed carry or some shit.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be allowed to conceal carry.
Something happened in Texas too, right? Or did we talk about that? Was it the lady who was just elected? Was that in Texas?
Oh, that was that conservative, Mexican woman. Yeah, 150 years it's been blue.
Yeah,
some shit, and she
just
won.
I see that.
So, this tweet, this tweet's pretty good. It says the idea that employers will pay a female employee expenses to go kill a baby so that she can remain at work as a productive employee is so much more dystopian than any of the Handmaid's Tale fan fiction.
Well, who is doing
you
this?
think about that, like it's like what
tell
companies
you who's doing it, brother?
No.
What companies are doing this?
Yeah, what
like every major one, like every major company.
Dick's is the big one, right?
Yeah,
that was like the one everyone was talking about.
Is it advertised? They will actually.
Well, it's not advertised. It's
like a hire
emails.
bonus.
It's emails.
Like, hey, boom, boom.
It's newsletters to their employees.
You get $500 Krispy Kreme coupons.
I'm curious.
3 days off.
I'm curious to see how
an hour lunch to watch soccer.
How is that not going to be abused? Because how are they going to be able to prove you got an abortion? Because that's protected under HIPAA laws. You know, so you could say, I'm gonna go get an abortion.
Well, you also thought like vaccine cards were protected under HIPAA laws, and they're
yeah.
not.
They're not,
Well,
yeah.
they like are.
changing
but
shit
they're
up
not.
on the fly.
Yeah,
dude.
they are, but they're not.
No, they are.
Um,
They are. They absolutely are. Just nobody like questions it. They just do it. They're
Yeah.
just saying, present your vaccine card. And
Yeah.
You're just like, okay. Or you're saying, no,
Oh,
I'm
they'll
not
go,
going to.
they're like, oh, you're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, no, don't. And it's like, no, just go to jail, bro, and then
Yeah.
fight that shit in court. If you,
Yeah.
you know.
It was like
Let's see.
during the pandemic, I almost got a $1,000 ticket for being outside in Detroit. Like for real, for just being outside.
You got stopped.
Yeah,
At a
I got
skate park.
stopped. At a skate park,
Oh my
an empty
gosh.
skate park in broad daylight with 5 people there. It's a fucking huge skate park, and they were like, "We're gonna give you $1,000 ticket," and I was like, "No, you're not." I was like, "Get somebody else here." I was like, "This isn't. You're not giving me a ticket for
Yeah,
this."
that's not a law.
No, I was like, "This is not a law." And they're like, "Well, the governor's running shit now," and like they tried to like pressure me
Strong
into
arm you,
it.
yeah.
And I was
It's
like,
like,
get somebody here. I was like, get a sergeant here. I was
Really?
like, yeah. I was like, I'm not getting I just lost my job. I literally just got laid off. Whatever, getting unemployment, making fine money, but still, I just lost my job. And then you're gonna give me a ticket for $1,000 fucking ticket for being outside,
Yeah,
skating at a skate
Wow.
park. They actually told me to go skate the city. I was like, you guys are fucked up. You guys got this all wrong. You guys got this wrong. Like, you should be telling me to skate here, not the city. I think that it's fucked up. You don't let me skate the city
Yeah.
most of the time, and now you're telling me to.
Here's a funny meme I see going around from a bunch of leftists. It says time zones are crazy. In Australia, it's 9 a.m. In Rome, it's 1 a.m. And in America, it's 1942, where minorities and women are still controlled by old white men. And it's like, why are you like? It's just so uneducated. It's so like you're not looking into anything. You're not looking into the past. You're not looking at documentaries people are telling you to watch. You're not looking at facts that people are telling you to research into, because if you were, you wouldn't be posting dumbass fucking memes like this, because you would know that Roe v. Wade was put into play by fucking all white old men, okay, in the first place. So old white men,
more white and old men.
okay, were the Supreme Court when they passed it out, okay, and now the ones that overturned it, all right, are what is there? There's a
Thomas,
black man and what, 2 women?
Women, yeah.
2 women?
Yeah.
So
it's okay
is
that
it
we
2
call
women?
them-
I don't
think
know.
so. I don't
Look
know
it up.
what
Well,
the
you got a
definition
fucking
of a woman
computer.
is now.
No,
Yes.
they're all racist.
We don't
and
know what the
Nazis.
definition is now.
You know,
They're not
I'm just
white
saying.
men, they're
I
just
think it's 2
racist.
women, right?
Yeah.
A black man and 2 women are fucking. Or did one of them die?
One of them did die. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Current. There you go. Current
Oh, shit.
members. Yeah.
John Roberts.
Okay,
Clarence
Clarence
Thomas.
Hopkins is a black man.
Stephen
And
G.
you got a
Breyer.
white guy, fucking asshole. Another white guy,
Samuel
asshole.
Alito.
Oh, there's a woman. There's a woman one. That's 2. That's
Sonia
1.
Sotomayor.
Oh, there's another one. That's 2. 2 women. So,
Gorsuch. Kavanaugh.
2 women so far. Oh, there's
3
3. Oh my God, 4. No, she's
she's
retired.
retired.
Okay, so
She's
there we go.
retired, yeah.
So 3 women and a black man are the ones that overturned it. All right, and you got fucking memes out here that people are spreading saying we're still controlled by old white men.
To
You
them,
fucking idiots.
they identify them as old white men.
They're old white men.
That's what
yeah.
they think of them as. They're like, they are a product of old white man.
Yeah.
That's what they would say. Or
I
something.
just I just want to like say something when I see that, but I just don't. It's like I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. But I mean, unless somebody was in front of me, then I'd bring that up. But it's just like I see that and I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
They're not making sense.
Just fantasy land. It's like they got stuck at this point in time. Like they just heard that, and then no future information penetrates
No.
this
It's
like
because-
version of the
yeah.
world that they live in.
It's because people don't like to look at the second side of a story. You know, which there's always the 2 sides of the story. And people don't like that shit. Let's move on to some. Let me get into a little bit of science, Jim.
Pop it, baby.
equals MC squared. Clones are real. The Earth is flat. Vaccines are safe and effective.
So there's a in the flat Earth realm. There's a video that's popping. All right, of let's see, what is it? I think it's China. China in space. It's either Japan or China.
You can go to space for $400,000 now.
So there's a video. I'm not sure if it's Chinese or China. I think or Japan. I think it's Chinese, but they're astronauts. Let's call it Chinese. They're Chinese astronauts in the
Timestamped it like 4 minutes ago. You're like China, Chinese, China. Yeah, something like I don't know.
Can't understand you. Go back to your own country. Timestamp that. So no, there's a video of them like doing like, you know, they're in the space station and they're doing like little tricks for the students, right? And there's a cup. They're showing they're floating and they're showing everything floating in the thing, and they're doing their interview. And you look on the table next to them, and there's a cup of water just sitting there on the fucking table. And it's not floating or anything. It's just a cup of water just chilling.
Yeah, I seen like the cup of water forgot that they were in no gravity. I seen a meme or something about it.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. And they're going to come out with some excuse. Oh, it's a light reflecting, and there's actually, there's a pocket of gravity there. There's some pockets of gravity.
What's that scientist's name that they're going to get?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Isn't he the guy who can't say it?
Can we find that? Can you find that video?
This is loading right now. Foreign netizens are talking about a glass of water.
Oh, you don't have the TikTok? I seen the video.
I take the screenshot of it.
It's frozen. Oh, here we go.
No, like YouTube this shit or something, Enzo. What are you doing, bro?
Is this allowed on YouTube?
What's that other thing we used? Not
Rumble?
Rockfit. Rumble.
I think I had it actually, dude. Look, it was on this Reddit post.
Not fast enough, motherfucker.
Oh,
not fast enough.
Okay.
There you go.
No, that's gonna tell you. That's gonna give you.
China live streams.
So it is China. Yeah, it's China's space station.
All right, it's not working. Let me go back to YouTube.
This is great.
Just put Chinese space station.
Cup.
No, don't bring up the cup, man. Like, get the footage. Like, don't bring up the cup because they're gonna be like, "Argh."
Cups are racist.
It's got to be this one.
And I think the video's old, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's.
This ain't Jerks Mates, is it?
Fast forward it. Come on, fast forward it. Let's see. Keep going.
Uh-oh.
It's a certain. This is it, though. This is it. Keep going. It's got to be all. There it is, right there.
Cup of water right here.
See it? You see it on the right there? But her hair's floating. That ball's floating. What's that cup of water doing? They forgot about the cup of water.
They're gonna say there's a clear lid on it or something.
No, they're gonna say there's no water in it. Or there's, you know what they've said, because there's been multiple videos of them dropping things, like things falling. When they let it go, it just falls down. And so they actually came out and said that there's micro pockets of gravity that occur. So when they drop something,
sometimes it drops.
It will drop sometimes because there's pockets of gravity that occur. This is official NASA.
Doctor Strange stuff right there.
NASA shit, bro, that they're saying. So I just thought that was interesting. Hey, why don't we go? I want to go back to sports real quick, Jim.
Oh, there you go. Snapshot. Bingo. Right in the back of the net. Number 17 really peeved off, wasn't he?
I saw, this is skateboarding. I saw a headline about a 29-year-old trans woman beat out a 13-year-old girl
Sounds so fair.
A championship at some skate event.
Yeah, it's been happening all over.
And there's some controversy going on about that. And so I looked into it, and I found the girl's page, the 13-year-old girl's page, because I wanted to see if she said anything on it. And she did. She made this video, and it just sucks because she makes this video, and like she's all like, you know, like good attitude about it, and then she's like, I'm not mad, and she's like the opposite, and she's like praising the dude about like oh, I feel bad for how he must feel dealing, or she must feel dealing with all this stuff, and it's like, dude, like just be fucking mad about it.
This dude rips though.
Be
Is this the
fucking
guy?
mad
it's
about it.
Yeah. It's just weird, man.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
this
fucking
happened
weird.
to a female skater from Michigan, from Grand Rapids. We looked at her name up real quick because I can't remember it. But this just happened too, and she actually spoke out against it. And then Red Bull wouldn't do anything about it. It was a Red Bull competition.
Oh wow.
And she was like, I think that this is unfair. I got beat by a guy
Yeah,
in a
okay,
women's
yeah.
competition. And she's from Michigan. God, I want to
She's
shout
from
her out.
Michigan, huh?
Yeah, I want to reach out to her, have her maybe see if we can get a Zoom or something with her. But yeah, it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, right here.
They talk about this a lot in What Is a Woman, like the sporting aspect of it, because that's where it's the most prevalently like
Taylor Silverman.
it's wrong. You can't have a guy beating a girl. Like that's just in competition. That's cheating. It's cheating. I'm sorry.
It's 100%. Like, okay, this is gonna sound mean because, like, I guess it kind of is mean, but like a pro, not all.
I took myself off the screen.
But I'm sorry. A lot of pro chick skateboarders look like, I watch their parts, and like, I'm not saying they don't rip, dude, but they like, most of them that I see rip the same as like a 13-year-old boy who rips at a park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It's very
Like-
hard. It's
like
very
the-
hard to find one that's on par with any pro male
Exactly.
skater.
You know,
Well,
and I'm
there's a
not dogging
Oh,
women
it's a handicap.
skaters.
There's a handicap in golf for women.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
dogging women skaters saying like,
until
oh,
a
they suck.
trans
But
man will come into the golf world, which I'm sure it has to be happening.
gonna happen,
Yeah, and he's gonna fucking like whoop their asses. Like he's gonna whoop their asses, and that's the fact of the matter.
It's gonna happen
Yeah.
in every sport.
yeah,
and it's not fair.
They're just
It's
not
taking-
hucking it. They can't huck it.
It's
like a
once
man.
again, it's backward speak with them being like, we're champion for women's rights with this shit, and we're champion for like the woman, but at the same time, these are the same people that are pro trans athletes competing in women's competitions, which is taking out the whole women and the woman aspect. So
Yeah.
why in America this What Is a Woman documentary,
Yeah.
no one could describe what a woman is because they're destroying the woman in America.
Yeah,
You know what a woman is?
like all these feminist skaters should be pissed about this.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like what are you doing? You're letting the fucking man come in and take your shit away, take it away from you. Like you got your own league set up. You finally got your own fucking skateboard league set up where you can go and win fucking money by skateboarding as a woman. You finally got that shit, and now you're gonna let dudes dress up like you and come and steal it from you? The fuck are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking championing these motherfuckers?
yeah, don't let it happen.
Yeah, Taylor Silverman is the chick from Michigan. I just found her.
Okay.
So she took second place, getting
2,700.
2,700,
Instead
where
of
she should have got
$5,000.
$5,000. I mean, and she was pissed. She was like, she tried to tell Red Bull like, hey, this is wrong. Like,
And Red Bull was like, well, you know what? We don't agree, but we will pay you up to $5,000 if you want to get an abortion.
Yeah, I know exactly. And get vaccinated.
exactly. No, I'd love to have this. I'd love
That's
to
like-
talk to this chick though, Taylor Silverman.
That's like them allowing the transgender to take steroids, basically.
Well, they
Because,
are.
you know,
They are, yeah.
He's
They got
taking-
testosterone in
he's
their
taking-
bodies.
they're taking-
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. It's then you should let everyone use steroids.
exactly.
Like,
you should. If you're going to allow that, then steroids should be
Yeah.
allowed.
And it's a real simple fix. It's a real simple fix. The same way that women fought to get their own leagues in skateboarding, the transgender community needs to go out and get their own league.
That is true. That's
Get
the
their
best.
own fucking league.
That is the best.
But the part is they
But it's not
don't
about-
identify as a part of the transgender community unless they need to. Like what they're trying to do is just say that they are a woman or a man. Like
Yeah.
they're but
Well, the
it's
league
weird.
should be
It's
like
weird
the
because they
league
have,
should just be like if you're born, you know, if
know.
you're born with the opposite with a penis or a vagina, but now
Dude,
you
wait
don't
till you
like
see
those.
wait till you
league.
watch this documentary. It's fucking hilarious. He talks to this transitioned doctor, and she's like, well, and he's like, well, would it be weird if I wanted to just cut my arm off because I didn't want my arm anymore? And she's like, well, that sounds crazy. And forgive me for not using medical terminology, that's a little kooky. And he's like, you don't see the comparison here?
Yeah.
Like, you don't see it? And he's like, oh, it's just crazy.
Is that the guy who's like, what is the truth? And he's like,
Yeah.
you're about 2 seconds from me getting out of this or whatever.
That's what happens a lot. Everyone just gets pissed off when you try talking about this stuff. They just get pissed off and leave because you just make too much sense. Where you go to a third world country and ask them what a woman is, they're like, oh, a woman, someone that could birth a child. Simple
in
and done.
seconds. Even
Simple
even
and
a
done.
baby knows that.
Yes,
dude. Even a
it's-
fucking 1-year-old baby knows
But
that.
in America, you ask somebody what a woman is, they're afraid to answer because the woman is gone. They've destroyed the woman in America, or they're trying to. They're actively doing it. The same with like minorities and shit. They do the same exact thing with minorities. They act like they're helping them in the same time that they're handcuffing the fuck out of them, and they're making them coddled. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing that they're doing. It's the same agenda.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Topic change. I saw a funny meme that said, "Hey Walmart, don't get pissed at me if I forget to scan something. You literally gave me 0 training before making me a cashier." And I like that. I wonder if you can use that in court. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they'll be like, we had them sign something in their paperwork.
No. What do you mean?
That like they,
Oh, you mean
they
'cause it's
acknowledge
self-checkout?
they
That's what you're saying?
acknowledge that they did participate in some sort of training.
You're talking about
You as a
self-checkout.
customer?
Oh, you as a customer?
Yeah, like if you
Oh,
steal
I
shit
feel you, I
at
feel you.
fucking the self checkout and you get
I
caught,
got you. I was on the opposite
could you bring it
side.
up
I was
in
on
court
Walmart. Yeah.
and be like, "Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't trained to be a cashier, so I made a mistake. I wasn't given trained.
Right.
I'm not trained to do this." You know, the whole idea. It's like we talk about how like the whole idea of like self checkouts, like really you should be getting a discount, like when you use a self checkout because you're doing work for Walmart, right? Like you're doing work that they should be paying you because you're scanning the item and you're putting it in a bag that for all time of grocery stores being in existence,
But that's how they keep prices.
that
low.
was been well, they keep prices low because they fucking use like slave labor in China, bro. That's how they keep prices low.
And patron labor in America.
And how much is the
Free
who-
labor.
Who owns Walmart? Look that up, Enzo. It's what the wall
Walton.
Walton?
Sam Walton.
something.
Isn't it Sam's
How,
Club?
how much
Same
are they?
guy?
Walton
Okay, Walton
family.
family. How much are they worth?
44 billion? Something? I don't know.
Yeah, so you know,
More than that.
it's not like they're aching for they're hurting on money at all. Let me see what else do I got. I got a little-
212 billion.
Yeah. It's a lot. Imagine being one of those kids.
There's just too much silence, so I just hit a button.
Wow, that's a lot of fucking money, dude.
Isn't it?
That's a lot of fucking money. So I saw this thing that was talking about how when we kind of talked about this before when talking about like TATARIA and everything like that. But it's talking about how everything is becoming minimalistic in our like architecture and everything. Like everything's becoming so plain and fucking doesn't have any. It doesn't have nothing has an identity anymore. Like we're talking like, phone booths and shit. Like even like when phone booths were still being used, like before smartphones and cell phones were coming along, like phone booths started getting so plain compared to like, the iconic, you think
London phone booth.
yeah, the iconic London phone booth. You can look at like old park benches right? And how like they would have, if you looked at old park benches, they had like detail in them, they had like designs in them, and they were beautiful and shit. And now it's like super plain. Like everything is just becoming so plain and is lacking identity. And it's becoming like gray.
Because there's
And
no
it's
more
like it's like The Giver. You guys remember The Giver?
Oh yeah, I just talked about
I
it
never
last
saw
episode.
or never read it or
movie.
whatever.
You never what?
You never did you see the movie?
No.
The movie's really good.
You gotta watch it.
I've never seen the movie.
The movie's good.
I love the book.
Yeah,
though.
but
the
the
book's one of my favorite books.
movie's definitely worth a watch. They
It's
do a
got-
good job.
What's the
But
guy's name in
10
it?
times.
It's got the dude.
It's got the dude, yeah. But it's like that. Like that's what's happening. Is like we're like becoming gray.
Yeah, you made me think of something.
Is it
Can
nostalgia?
I go on this? Can I go on this? Cause,
Yeah, go.
like, what you're saying is they're like, right now, so if we're in this supposed great reset, what's
Yeah.
happening to everything is like everything's being minimalized. So it's like we're building these structures that can easily just be torn down, collapsed, and wiped out. And like
Yeah.
still the buildings of the past, these great structures that we see,
Yeah.
these big metropolitans with like the old timing, like old
Cathedrals and
cathedrals,
yeah.
stone built buildings are there. But now everything they're making is able to just wipe out. So you know how you always are like, what happened to the other civilization? Now
Yeah.
everything, like all this shit, like we went digital. We went to this place where we're no longer even keeping concrete like
Evidence
of us. So the wipeout will be like you won't even know that it happened.
We existed.
No, you'll have
It's
no
easily
idea.
removed. You can delete.
Yeah.
We think we're gonna be able to store it right now, but it's not. You're right. It's very easily wiped out.
So
Everything.
you can just so if you think of these ideas of like this idea of
It's not in
TATARIA,
stone.
TATARIA is this idea that there's a reset always, and it's this
Yeah.
constant reset, and the world's not as old as you think it is, and it's
We're gonna throw this at Tony real quick. Yeah,
It's
Tataria
heavy.
is the idea that like all these old buildings, like old churches, Capitol buildings, right? That are the Capitol buildings that are in every state, right? And all they all have the same designs, like not just here but around the world, like that, like all these buildings
sure.
and stuff. The theory is that these belong to a civilization that was, you know, very advanced and everything like that, and then something happened to them, and the population was came out like regrown, all right, and the new society was basically created by people that are basically evil, okay, because an event happened, wiped out humanity, right, and then a reset happened, and the reset is then arised by evil people, and they just claim that, oh, we built these things, all right, but these are actually always here. And when you dive into it, I know it's a crazy concept, but when you dive into it, like you can see they do like construction. When they do construction on these buildings and stuff, like they all have like, they start digging, right? All these buildings have like windows and doorways underground, right? That were just covered, that have no use. Like, why is there a window or doorway here? Why are all these windows? Like, basically, like they were bigger. All right, and the idea is like things like it's a hard concept to explain, but like cathedrals, right? Like churches and shit. They weren't churches. They were places where you would go to heal, and they use sound and vibration. That's why all these old churches had like these huge organs and shit like that, right? Like these magnificent, complex organs.
It's like a civilization of people that were in touch with like
energy,
real hippie shit, like
energy,
vibes,
vibration.
energies, and
This is before
and
time,
sound.
right? This is before the Roman Empire.
you know.
Or is this during the Empire?
It gets tricky there. It's
yeah. So
it's
that's the whole. The
that's
idea
part
of
of it.
The idea of it is that all that shit's kind of.
or
made
were they
up.
with the dinosaurs? You know what I mean?
Well,
Were
no,
they-
the idea would be that nothing you know about history is real. That's the idea of it, is that everything we know about history is fake or twisted.
extremely twisted. And if you get into this stuff,
Like when you look at world fairs and shit, like old world fairs.
I got into this whole idea by like looking into like the pyramids. Being like, so hold on, these pyramids were here, and then there's a whole group of people that are like, these pyramids are actually way older than what they think they are. So like I was looking at this, but this Tartaria thing's like, well, maybe all that shit's bullshit too.
Yeah.
And they made all that up as well. So it's just questioning the idea of written history, which is constantly being done. Like people are like, well, there's humans, there's Gobekli Tepe, that's this big buried, it's another buried civilization that's literally under dirt.
It was discovered
mounds.
in 93.
Yeah, that's under dirt mounds. So like land, they think it was purposely buried, or they don't know for sure, but land covered it up. And then, I mean, you look into Amazon, and the Amazon, they think that there's millions and millions of cities that are covered by forests.
Was it Gobekli
Tepe?
Gobekli Tepe. So, like he said, this was a what do you call it? What would you call it? Like
it's like Stonehenge.
What would the title of it be though? Like it's a civilization or some shit.
Yeah, this is. We're butchering Gobekli Tepe. I know exactly. I can't think of the word that you want to
so
use.
Basically,
right
so they came out with like the pyramids and like Stonehenge. They were like, all right, you know, like the authority, right? All the scholars and everything were like, this is when we started being able to build structures out of stone and everything, and like this is when it happened. There's nothing older than this. Okay, like nothing was built before this time, right? Because this is the oldest structure in existence. So this is what's right. What we're saying is that humans weren't building structures before this time, and that's a fact. All right, and then boom, this thing got discovered.
And it's like under a mountain,
and it's like thousands of years older than the oldest structure we know of. All right, and it proves that what all the scholars and the authority figures are saying about our timeline were fucking wrong. Okay? They were wrong. But they were coming out and being like, no, this is the fact, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, now they're saying, you know, there's the whole thing that the Sphinx is way older than what we're told. All right? It's way older than 10,000 years old because it's got water damage on it. You know, the idea is that it was actually built when there was a rainforest there. But they'll tell you, no, that can't be possible because humans weren't building things back then, right? So this thing comes out, and it's like, all right, our timeline's fucked, and you guys were wrong. Because Gobekli
Tepe, the Sphinx, all of them.
You know, it just shows that, like, we don't know. We don't know about this shit. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We always think, you know, these authority figures come out and say this is when the pyramids were built, and this is how they were built, and this is fact. And it's like, no, it's not. No, none of it's fact.
Because it could be wrong.
And that even goes to like World War II. That goes to World War I. That goes to all that stuff. All that history is just like, it's not fact.
No.
It's just somebody telling you this is the way it is. This is the way it is. And when you get into Tartaria, they think the idea of it is like that it's wiped. So it's like, we've only been here for, this civilization's only been here for 200 years.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Just
yeah, I mean, you think about it. So the timeline of humans is like 200,000 years or some shit, right? Like 250,000 years that we've been here. And they're trying to say that, like, we only started building shit, like, what, like 15,000 years ago?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, what the
5,
fuck were we
10,000.
doing in that 200,000 years?
Right.
Like, we just were walking around doing shit? Like, bullshit.
Playing with the animals.
Bullshit. You know?
It was wiped out. And it was
look how
rebuilt.
fast we advanced. Look how fast our technology advanced in the last, 15 years?
No, more like 60 years. Yeah.
No, bro. I'm talking. Look at your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Think about a phone fucking 15 years ago.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're humans.
Instant communication.
We're
with
fucking humans,
your
bro.
girl
We're connected.
When something sparks, when something sparks, it sparks, and we go fucking at it. Like that's what we do. So you're gonna say 200,000 years, like we weren't building fucking shit. We weren't building pyramids and like great fucking things.
Right.
You know, and then you look at all these. You look at Rome and you look at fucking Egypt and everything. Everything has so much detail and passion and fucking like design to it. It has identity. To it. You know, and it's like, where did that go? Like, why is it gone? I don't know. That's all I have to say about
Tartaria's meaning
that's all I have to say about that.
Tartaria's saying that there's people using that stuff for, like, they're completely using energy in a whole nother sense that we even understand. So like you think Tesla, we have the simple idea of thinking of Tesla, like we're like, oh well, Tesla could have powered a whole, but even beyond that, like they were literally running power grids from the Earth's energy,
Yeah.
from the Earth's actual energy, not building a power plant.
What do they say?
This is the power plant.
What do they say to make a step 3 civilization? You have to be like 90. You have to use 90% of the sun's resources somehow, or retain 90% of what the sun gives us.
These people knew how to do that.
Well, yeah.
They were at that, but
Yeah.
something happened.
See, I wouldn't
to
believe
reset
that.
us.
I wouldn't
Something happened to reset us.
Everything's based off of everything on how everything works is more about electromagnetism and shit like that. Like
Than the sun, you mean?
yeah. It's sound, it's vibration, it's electricity, and it's all provided from the earth. That's what the earth is like radiating, is all this shit. Sound,
So even
vibration.
beyond that, even
but
beyond,
it could be true. It could be an alternate.
well, the sun's giving vibration and radiation, and it could
Yeah.
be focused back from the earth.
Or maybe the sun is that. You know what I'm saying? The sun is created from that.
fact, that's what I'm
You
saying.
know.
Like it's like reflecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's reflecting. that.
Last thing I want to talk about, and we're gonna wrap it up. This is random, but do you guys ever see like cave explorers? You guys ever watch like?
Spelunkers?
I don't know if that's the same thing.
Is
It's
it
like
a new show? Is
No,
it
I'm
kinda
just
like-
talking like
Is this like
I'm seeing a lot of like
New Discovery
Instagram and
show?
TikToks where like people like dig like cave exploring, like crawling through like cave tunnels. Yeah,
Okay.
like that right there.
Spelunking, yeah.
Right, I'm seeing a lot
I've
of
done
that.
that. I've done that in Pennsylvania.
Why? I need to know why.
I don't know.
Okay, because that's the question I have when I watch these videos: is why do you do this? Were you like that?
We didn't get to that. They had that ability for you to do.
What?
But that's not something I would like to do because I don't want to die that way.
No, exactly, bro.
That's like
why?
the worst way to die.
I watch these videos, man. I watch just
Imagine
like
being just
find,
squished,
Go and find some videos,
held
bro.
down.
Like you watch
And
these
plus,
videos,
I can't because I'm kind of big. So
and they're all these people like they're like smashed in. They're like, yeah, this cave is great.
I'm stuck.
This cave is great, man. And it's like, I can't move my arm right now, but man, this is a beautiful cave. And it's like I get anxiety and like.
Have you ever been one?
I've been to one.
Have you done it?
I've been to one in Australia, and I did not. I did the same thing to you. We had to. I mean, when I was in Australia, we couldn't go into the tight ones. They wouldn't allow us to, because we were kids. But they did have an option. We were allowed to walk through these paths, and they did have a tighter path where you would have to crawl, that you were allowed to go into. But I didn't want to do it for the same reasons, because I looked at the hole you had to crawl through, which was like, and I was just like, why?
Dude, I can't even go in my fucking
No,
crawl
no,
space. I can't.
So I need to.
I
You
can't.
need to find the ones where
get
they're
too
like showing
scared.
themselves.
A lot of spiders.
Yeah, like the top one
Man,
and
fuck
shit.
that.
There's a lot
I
of
tried to.
spiders.
I tried to one time. It was pretty much like this spelunking. It was exactly that. I had to crawl underneath there, and I got stuck underneath like one of the vents.
Oh,
and I
you got
couldn't
stuck. You couldn't
move.
I was on this one.
It was fucked up.
Go like
Yeah.
that one, the hellhole we found.
Claustrophobic cave compilation.
Oh yeah. I turn off the movies when I watch stuff like that.
Look at that!
Like-
Look at this! Like, what are you doing, dude?
Just a small shift in the earth. You know what I mean? And
What are you doing? What are you getting out of that?
You're done. Like if you were going to see like something majestic, like what is one of those rocks called that have little crystals inside?
Stalagmites.
Yeah, if you were going to one of those and you're about to like get in there and see that,
I think that's what the point of
You
it
know what I mean?
is.
If
I
you-
think you.
No, these motherfuckers just do this to do this.
Well, that too. Well, there's it's the whole idea of doing something hard, and there's a conquering to it. There's a fear.
Still,
Oh,
man.
that freaks me out.
It's just
dude.
like,
Could you
what are
imagine
you
getting stuck
doing?
there?
No, I would never. I couldn't do it, but
Like, don't act like that's fun. Like, stop trying to trick everybody, because like you're just doing it for clout.
no,
Like,
but some people this is what they're good at. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh my god, that looks
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
that's cool.
They're good at this. You know what I mean? It's gonna rain, and he's gonna.
I get they're good at it.
He's gonna suffocate.
I get that.
You know what I
I
mean?
think that guy just died.
You know what I mean?
Like, what are you doing? What is that?
A monster pulled him through.
I'm gonna crawl through this little tight hole that I can't fit through. And look up the putty cave incident. That was an incident that happened.
It's an adrenaline rush. It has to be.
for
Oh, I understand. I
Because
get
knowing-
that.
It's
I'm
the
just
same as like people who climb,
I'm just saying, like, whoa.
climb
I don't want that
skyscrapers.
adrenaline rush.
yeah,
so that-
yeah, exactly. But there's a famous one. It's called the nutty putty incident. And this dude came home for Thanksgiving and went cave diving with his family, right? And he went in the cave is called the putty caves, and it's because like the walls were kind of like made of clay. They had a lot of clay, so they can break off easy and shit. They had a lot of soft spots. And anyways, he was going down this one path. He was looking for this one tunnel that was a popular tunnel called the Birthing Canal.
Okay.
Right, because of how tight it is, and then you come out, it's the Birthing Canal, and he went down the wrong tunnel.
He didn't know.
All right, he thought he was going into the Birthing Canal, and he kept going, and he kept going, and this tunnel doesn't lead to anywhere. All right, and there's a point where it dips down.
Oh.
Okay, so it dips down, and what happened was he was crawling, and he got to a point where it's so tight that you have to because there's times in these caves where you have to suck in your chest.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
And you have to move while your chest is sucked up, and if you release your
Exhale,
air, exhale, you can get stuck from just that exhale. And that's what happened to him was he was inhaled, and then he hit this decline that he didn't know was there, and he kind of almost fell into it like halfway, and he got stuck.
He died from it.
Okay, and he got stuck, but it's that he got stuck, and his brother, he started yelling and everything like that, and his brother found him, right, and went and got rescue, and rescue came in, and so he was stuck in a way where his head was face down.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was bent over in this cave, and they went and they got rescue, and they came in and they
nervous just talking about it.
they came in, bro. They came in and they worked on this motherfucker for like 20 hours or some shit.
They had to get him out?
They set up all these pulleys and everything, and they were like, "This is bleak," and like they knew ahead of time. There's like, we don't know if this is gonna fucking work, right? And they set up this pulley rig and hooked it to him, and they started pulling him. And when they were pulling him, it was kind of working. They were shimmying. They were kind of.
So they got someone else to go down there too.
They were getting it. They were getting it, and then, like I said, the wall was kind of clayish, and one of the pulleys pulled out, and when it caused him to fall back in, and when he fell back in, he exhaled, and it like cemented him into place.
Right there, like that, in that picture.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So that's like what he was like. No, he's more bent. He's like bent into that. But when it broke, he exhaled and got stuck. And they basically, at that moment, they were like, we can't send anyone in there because we would be putting someone else at risk at becoming stuck too. Okay. And they told the guy, they're like, you're going to die. They had to tell him, like, we're sorry, you're going to die. This is how you're going to die. I believe they gave him, they
gassed it. They
gave him something, I think, or injected him with something, maybe.
I'd hope so.
I think.
That's what I would think, too.
And
would
basically,
want
he ended up dying from the blood going to his brain.
I would want to be gassed.
I think it caused, like, cardiac arrest or something.
I just want to give me, like, a heavy dose of, like, morphine or something to put me out.
Take me out. That's one of the
Some
moments.
like some Game of Thrones potion.
Yeah.
They ended up sealing up the cave.
Tears of Lys.
Yeah.
They ended up sealing it up, like
Yeah.
cementing it, and he's still there
Wow.
to this day. It's like, ugh.
That's what you get.
Crawling through
Dude, it's
fucking
like-
dark
it's like-
That's why I don't like going to Cedar Point anymore.
When they do the free solo
That's-
guys and
that's- I
shit,
don't like to
like
be- I
when
don't
they're
like
like,
to-
"Oh,
yeah.
the dude fell," I'm like, yeah, Yeah,
I know. I mean,
that's what could happen.
yeah, that can happen when you're climbing a mountain without any
Wait,
safety
you said
gear.
you don't like going.
I don't like going to Cedar Point because you're hearing all these rides
Yeah,
breaking.
you are.
Can you imagine
are.
getting stuck on one of those rides, being held down, let alone maybe dying in there, but just being held down? You're more likely being held down for 3 hours. In one of those
And
strap
some of those
downs,
are
you
like-
can't move.
you
You
can't-
you know what I mean? You can't do anything about it. You're
It's because
stuck
they're
there.
understaffed
You're stuck.
and they're like,
Yeah.
they're skimping on safety shit.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
more likely to happen. Yeah, I think it happened to Mom and Dad when they rode the Demon Drop. They got stuck on there for
Demon
an hour.
Drop used to always break down.
It would
Yeah.
break down, and they got stuck up there, strapped down. You know what I mean? It's not that bad, but you're held down.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Ugh.
and like, especially if it's a fucking hot day too. Like it just happened to Millennium Force.
You
Like,
know what I mean? Like
Imagine being on imagine being on the Mantis upside down in the loop, or not upside down, just anywhere on the Mantis. Actually,
yeah,
Yeah, Money and
4
Force
hours.
was a like an L bracket that fell off, and then it hit somebody in line. That's what.
no,
what
that was
broke.
that was
Top Thrill.
that's Top
Oh,
Thrill.
that's Top Thrill.
Just
Yeah.
recently, Millennium Force got stuck somewhere.
Oh, it got stuck,
I think it got stuck at the top.
like some power outage or something like that.
Got stuck, bro.
I'd get
And you're
stuck anywhere on
I would
Millennium
like
Force.
You know-
that's the only ride that I'd like to get stuck on because it's only a
Yeah.
lap bar.
Yeah, you'd be
You know
chilling.
what I mean? You're chill.
Do you know that they still,
Unless you're hanging.
they still haven't released anything about
They're not.
that
They're
girl?
not. They bought it out.
That's fucked, bro.
The family's bought out. The family was totally bought out.
Dude,
Yeah,
you, went,
you can't even figure out what happened to her.
Tony,
Yeah.
You're not even allowed to know what happened to her.
tell us what Cedar Point jail's like.
Snoopy jail.
Snoopy jail.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Tony been
Oh
to
my
Cedar
God.
Point jail, bro. He been to.
God.
I had to bail his ass out.
Pop it, baby.
1.2 million thing. Ebony escapes. Cedar Point blocked it all. So I ended up buying a bunch of tickets off a guy. I went with a bunch of friends to Cedar Point, and I found a guy. I'm always looking for that deal, and Craigslist was the place to find it. And I was first to show up to Cedar Point, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to find some Cedar Point tickets for all my friends, and I found some. It was about 30 minutes away from Cedar Point, and I went to
giving-
this guy's house, and he had a box full of tickets, and I was like, "Whoa, bro, where did you get all these tickets?" And he's like, "I got somebody working there." And I was like, "All right, you know what? We're gonna do a random search of these tickets. I want this ticket, and I called up Cedar Point. I ended up buying 15. They worked, and I called them up, and I was like, I want 300 more sent to me, every fourth day, and I posted those things on it was not every fourth day. It was like every week.
Craigslist.
Craigslist on it was Craigslist mainly, yes. So
And then you sold.
60.
Or no, you gave.
it was around
you-
60,000.
You were giving me. You were giving.
Do I have to take this out?
Hold on.
Stamp it,
Did I
bro.
keep this in?
What?
This is all
It's-
good, right?
It's fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
did
all
everything legit. So
Yeah. So he.
I
but wait,
didn't know.
You gave.
I had no idea.
You gave me. Jim, right? You were there.
yeah,
think I had to buy my
last
own
day. It was the last day. What?
You weren't supposed to.
No, yes, you're right. You're
It was
right,
me, Jim, and my ex girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, "Oh, come up to Cedar Point, and I'll give you guys tickets."
Yeah, because that was
You
the
know?
last day.
So we were like, "Cool, like we're gonna go do Cedar Point for free," and then we start driving there, and we're like fucking like 30 minutes from there after driving for like 2 hours, and we get a phone call from Tony, being like, I'm in Snoopy jail."
Yeah,
What?
I had because
What? He's like, "I've been arrested."
the day prior, because that was a Friday. I went back out there because he wouldn't ship any more tickets out to me, so I went back out there that Friday. You wanted to go Saturday. I ended up buying a bunch of tickets Friday, so I drove out there. It was profitable for me to drive all the way out there, and then I sold all the tickets on my way back. And I had like 10 left, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go try to sell these earlier in the morning and then meet you guys there.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's what I did. I went there earlier on my own Saturday morning. I drove 2 hours back out there, and I waited at the bar by the
Entrance.
the entrance of
Yeah,
Cedar
yeah.
Point. And
The pony bar, the
I-
horse bar,
I don't know what it was called.
the
but
one you turn, the street you turn down to. going to?
Yeah,
That one on the corner?
It's before that long bridge.
Yeah. That's the
Yep.
Pony, the Pony
Yep.
one.
And I posted on Craigslist. I posted, hey, I got Cedar Point tickets left. You know what I mean? Just I was drinking in there, waiting for you guys to show up. And this guy, he's like, hey, I want to go to Cedar Point, and he ended up showing up, and I was like, man, you are a big guy. Holy shit, you're like 6'8", and I was like, you're going on these roller coasters? You know what I mean? He's an old man. He looks like a cowboy too. He looks like he's from Texas. And,
you look like someone that don't ride roller coasters.
Yeah, and I was like, he's like, can you give me a deal? And I was like, yeah, these are my last tickets. I'm gonna go out with my brother, have some fun. I ended up giving him. He slams me right into the bar. He's like, you're under arrest. You committed fraud here at Cedar Fairs. I think it was like 1 million. So. And I was like, I'm not part of it. But and long story, everybody that bought tickets the last day, whoever went the last day, got ripped off. They were denied. But what I did is I went back before I even went to court. Within the first week, I paid everyone back.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I went to court for it, the guy got 5 years because he did everything. They tried to give me a misdemeanor, but I ended up buying a tablet to show, I made a green and red spreadsheet of who I paid back. There was only 2 people that I wasn't able to pay back because I wasn't able to get a hold of them, but it was detailed. And I ended up, the judge gave me some type of sentence, but then I was like, here, show this to him. Show them, I already paid everyone back. And they ended up dropping everything on my end because I paid everyone back.
So you were selling fake tickets? Is that what it was?
What the dude did, he made a corporation, and that corporations are allowed to
get free passes.
They get as many as they want tickets, and they don't have to pay it back for 30 days. So that's what happened. He found a loophole. This guy. Not only at Cedar Point, but Cedar Fair parks. He did it at multiple parks. So,
okay.
And he found a loophole that they allowed corporations they would get all the tickets and they don't have to pay for it for 30 days. And that's what happened. He set it up.
So he get all these tickets.
He get all the tickets, and it would end at the last day. But he messed up. He should have been out and about 1 day earlier. So it ended. Everybody got caught at the very last day.
No, but I don't. I don't get what he's doing though. I don't get what was the crime of what he was. He was getting tickets.
He was giving tickets for free. He
and
created a fake corporation, saying I'm a big corporation.
Okay, so he created a fake corporation.
Yeah, and that's what Cedar Point would do. They're like, okay, well then you're on account. Whatever you sell, you have to pay for, and that's what happened.
In 30 days, you have to pay for it. Yeah, so he would get these tickets and then sell them and then just never
dissolve
pay
the corporation and
sink the corporation.
Yep.
And that's what you were selling.
I was selling those, and they were legit tickets, but they kind
so
of got
they
kind of got
flagged.
Me
Why were they? How were they flagged though? The tickets.
They probably caught it. You know what I mean? They were doing the math and saying, "Hey, this person's fake."
Yeah,
and
so they got the serial number
to.
Yeah,
the 99 or whatever. 100,
okay,
300.
There's nothing out there about it. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's the funny thing though about that story. So I get to Cedar Point, and Tony calls me. He's like, "You got to come get me out of the jail at Cedar Point." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like what?" And
it was hilarious.
And we were all kind of like broke too.
Yeah,
like we were all broke going up there, and it was just like, okay, we got enough money for because Tony's giving us free tickets, so we got enough money for food and shit like that. And so then it was like, fuck, like Tony got caught or arrested. And so then it was like, are we going to go to Cedar Point? Like,
yeah.
If we do, we got to buy our tickets now. So that sucks. But I had to go to the front desk at Cedar Point before you get in the park. I had to go to like the customer service and be like, yeah, my brother's in Cedar Point jail.
Did they
and they were like,
oh, that's him.
They were like, Tony Gross or Anthony Gross, And I was
they knew me already.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, I think, and I was just like, yeah, and they're like, wait here, right? And then some dude in like a security type, or like it wasn't even like it wasn't security. It was like a suit and jacket, came walkie, like Secret Service looking motherfucker, came and got me. and took me to the path and had me get a stamp.
I tried to get you in for free. I was like,
Well,
can
I
we-
did get in for free.
Okay, that's what I asked. You know what I mean?
They gave me a stamp,
yeah.
right? And I had to go
That
to
was my worry.
I had to go to the fucking jail in Snoopy land or Snoopy area and get Tony, and they were like, he's got to get off the premises and everything. And then I think what we did was we
split the ticket.
We split tickets,
Yeah.
because we only had to buy 2 tickets because I had that stamp. So I got it for
I
free.
still, at the end of the day, because I
And then
did
we
a
met
lot-
Pat.
I said we saw Pat in there.
Are you seeing Pat?
We,
Was that
we,
Pat?
we
Yeah.
ran into Pat that day. Yeah, because Megan didn't ride anything, so
Yeah.
you were just so
Yeah,
we just
she
left
didn't
her.
ride anything after
We
I
left
said,
her.
you know, I was like, all right, if you're gonna come to Cedar Point with me, because like that's been a rule in our family always. Like my dad always took us to Cedar Point and took us and a friend
You have to.
to Cedar Point, and that was always the rule. They have to ride.
Yeah.
You know, so that was ingrained. That's like ingrained in me, right? That's ingrained in us. You have to fucking ride if you go to Cedar Point. Don't think you're gonna ride if you gotta think about it. You can't come.
Yeah.
You know, and I explained that to her. I was like, all right, if you're gonna go to Cedar Point, like you have to fucking ride. And it was just like, yeah, I'll ride everything. Like at the Cedar Point, we get there, they wouldn't fucking ride anything. Thank God we ran into fucking Pat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a good story.
Yeah, I still made out on that though, because PayPal.
Yeah.
And PayPal actually protected me because it was illegal transactions that he was doing. I did a good portion of it. I did like 12,000 on that. PayPal ended up giving me $8,000 back at the end of the day.
They're going to be coming for that now, Tony.
It's way too old. So.
Okay.
He's like, I checked. I check every year.
Check.
Jim, why don't you tell everyone where they can find us?
Check us out on YouTube at Secret Hideout Podcast. And if you have a Twitter, Secret Hideout 17. And then Secret Hideout Podcast everywhere else. TikTok and...